Be lost.
I am here, ladies and gentlemen. I am here. We are here. It is Christmas Eve for you Europeans and, Negropeans, I should say, and Euro blacks. But that does not mean that you take a day off from being on code. Because once you get off code, you are no longer on code. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're the new black media. We make sure you guys stay on code. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make sure you stay on code. I know this looks a little different because goddamn Restream is playing with me. They don't want Beatzilla, Tori, and myself to be great. So that's why the show is a little late. But we're here. We're going to have fun. We're going to chop it up. And we're just going to do what we do. But before we begin the show, I got to bring the fellas in. So first, I got introduced to this man. when I got back on Twitter. Now I had heard his name brambled about in the YouTube circles. Everybody was talking about this cat. This cat's commentaries were amazing. And it didn't take me until getting back on Twitter to realize that, yes, he is amazing. And he is someone I'm trying to catch. I've got many tens of thousands of followers to get, but I will get there one day. He'll be at 1 million by then, but that's okay. That's okay. He's someone to aspire to be. So we will start with Brother Torian Rain. Hello.
What's going on, everybody? I'm glad to be here. Shout out to you, Kid Gravity. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat so far. Shout out to everyone who's going to come into the chat. I'm glad that you're doing this stream. I'm loving that we're kind of all doing these kind of end of the year streams. I guess you can say like recaps of the year, and it's a lot to recap. So I can't wait to get started.
Yes, sir. And next person I'm bringing in. I met this brother in Twitter Spaces, followed his content, and watched the growth along with Black Alpha and Afro Elite. And he knows it was a long journey to get over 1,000 because YouTube was hating. We will be introducing to the family the king of the 3-hour plus streams, Brother Beatzilla PDX. How are you, Brother Beatzilla?
Hey, family, what is going on? Thank you again, Kid Gravity, for having me here. And like my brother Torian said, man, I'm glad to be here and again chop it up with y'all. It's always a pleasure to be able to chop it up with like-minded individuals. And the unique thing about this is all of us are different, but we still represent the exact same thing. So these moments are the dope moments for me. So, man, I'm glad to be here. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the chat. Of course, everybody else and our brother that is not here at the moment. My partner in crime, Black Alpha Network. As you know, we are the Certified Truth. And then, of course, my other brother, Black Afro Elite, which hopefully shortly will be with us. But, man, shout out to you, Torian Rain Reloaded, Mr. 50,000. That's that. We can call, you can call him 50K. Call him Mr. 50K. And so shout out, 50. Ooh, 50K Rain. There it is. So shout out to y'all, man. Let's get it.
I want all royalties. You are Kata. But I know I said a Kata, folks. And before we start, please share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Family, it's been a long year. We all know this from doing the second year of the Biden crime family to the whole world versus the Freedmen and B1. It's been a hell of a year, folks. A hell of a year. So when I started really going in 2022, I said, you know what? I got to get monetized. I got to get a little extra money in my pocket. Even if it's $100 a month, they give it to you. I need that. Ain't no point in me doing all this content and I ain't getting paid. So I went through all that process, and, it was a struggle for a while until, I got back on Twitter, started tweeting out the stuff, getting no hits. But, when you do this YouTube thing, you got to keep going. You got to keep pressing. One day it'll click. September 2022, it clicked. And unfortunately, I had to go after the lineage to get it to click. I went after some Jamaican girl for disrespecting Black Americans. And a whole bunch of people saw it, got a whole bunch of subscribers, and then I was able to monetize. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for that. And now we go in 2023. I'm trying to aim for 10,000. That's the goal.
I think that's attainable.
I think it is attainable. I just got to be more consistent, because I know the last few months I have fallen off with the uploads, life.
Mm-hmm.
hits you.
Life happens. Yes, sir.
Life happens. But before I let the brothers speak, remember, y'all, I have a giveaway before we do Twitter things. So if you want to be part of the giveaway is this. I will be giving away $50 worth of merch from my store, plus free shipping. So if you want to be a part of this giveaway, family, put KGB, the letters KGB in all caps, in the chat. And before we do Twitter things, I will pick someone at random. And then we will get your info on the back end and you can have fun. Maybe you take it to your lady and she just wear that maybe for New Year's. Just that. Just one of the shirts. Just one of the shirts. Or for your man. And whatever you do with your man, pause. Because I don't want to know. But let's begin with Brother Torian Rain. Torian. Now, we know YouTube sends out those emails about how you did over the year. You don't have to give out your numbers. You don't have to do that. But just tell the family how your 2022 shaped up to be. And did it exceed? Was it neutral? Or did it disappoint your expectations and the goals that you have set for yourself?
You mean as far as YouTube goes?
Yeah. Well, your whole year.
Well, I mean, I think I had a pretty, exceptional year. YouTube wise, I hit the milestone of hitting 50,000 subscribers. That happened back in September, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a milestone right there. I went to LA for the first time. I went for my birthday back in May, and that was a trip that I had planned since October of last year. And I was very excited to go out there for a week. My first time going out there. The vibes was nice. The weather was nice. The only thing I hated was the traffic and the gas. That was the worst. Probably most likely still kind of bad out there too. That's not going to change. Also, of course, going to the rally for reparations, that was amazing. That was an amazing event, especially since, it was put together in 3 weeks and the turnout was phenomenal. Met with so many people that support my channel. And that was just an amazing, like the vibes. That was probably one of the best parts of this year was that event right there. And then, of course, next year they got the Dallas event coming up. So that's definitely now you're escalating it and taking to a whole nother level. And I'm feeling that's going to be even bigger than the rally for reparations. So that's going to be interesting as well. But all in all, I think I had a pretty decent 2022 overall, overall things considered, because it could have been worse, but I'm glad that it wasn't. The one unfortunate thing that did happen with me that happened 2 weeks ago was me catching Woovit. I think that was the thing. That was the unfortunate thing that occurred with me on a negative end. And I think that's the only thing that I didn't like happening, but it is what it is. My undefeated streak ended because of it, because I was like 5-0. Now I'm 5-1. Hopefully it can, stay like that, or, stay more so on the winning side than on the losing side. But other than that, 2022 was a very, very good year for me on and off YouTube. Also, got a new vehicle, needed a new one, because when you start putting money into things, into your vehicle more and more, that's a telltale sign of you having to get a new one. And the best part about it is I did it on a trade-in, and I got an appraisal, like a very good appraisal trade-in for the vehicle that I did have, and it was able to cover all of the expenses for the down payment on the new car. And the new vehicle is a 2023 and it had 1,000 miles on it.
Nice.
So nice. And they sent me a nice little $75 refund check, like 2 weeks later. So I was very, very glad about that. So that was a huge, that was a personal, I guess you could say a more personal highlight for me was that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. See, you can win, despite what the agitators of peace want, but they're going to learn a very valuable lesson in 2023. Brother Beatzilla, you are up. Let us know how your 2023 went.
2022.
Yeah,
there you go. we ain't there yet, brother.
Yeah.
Well, for me, uh, I look at a lot of things for myself, the things I do on in the front, and then the things I do behind the scenes. So for me, actually, 2022 has been how I looked for it and anticipated it to be. I started a hashtag around this time, a little bit before this time last year, which was hashtag B1 2022 Rise. So what I was looking at doing, and then again, in the same time is when brother Tariq Nasheed also uh, came out with the Aretha holiday, which of course is today. So we are celebrating Aretha, which again correlates with B1 rising in 2022, which we have successfully seen happen with all of the conversations that have changed. Shout out to my brother Marcel Dixon, Greg Marcel Dixon, um, who came out and ran out of nowhere and made a whole system be aware of what our agenda is as the Black community. So for me, my 2022 has actually been better than expected because I've seen the growth of the movement. Personally, though, um, I see also the things that I've wanted to make sure manifest with that I can make sure of my own doing are in the works of doing so and done and doing, by the way. So yeah, no, I'm content. That would be the word going into 2023. Content and focused. Thanks to the year of 2022. That was it,
Okay.
brother.
Okay. Sorry. 2022 has been a most momentous year for New Black Media. By the way, for the giveaway, you could get one of these. That's right, the unicorn shirt. This one I have with the writing on the back. You can go, the link is in the description box, so you can go look at it while you listen to the show. And if you are the lucky winner, you will be able to purchase one of those for free. Don't say Kid Gravity Beyond didn't do anything nice for y'all. But yes, New Black Media has scared the hell out of the world, along with the Freedmen. Everybody's mad. Do you understand that at the end of the year, when it's supposed to be about goodwill and good men and peace be unto everyone on earth, they're spending their last days thinking about us? It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. They're equating reparations to welfare, telling y'all to go get a job if you want free money, siding with the real estate agents. It's just been a beautiful thing, family, because I hope this shows everybody that we have no friends and all we got is each other. So it's basically what we got, an army of what, honestly, about 25 million on code people against about 7 billion, including most of the
All right.
continent. The continent. It's just, how do y'all fellas feel about that?
I feel great. Like Tony the Tiger said, I feel great. It, it says a lot when they underestimated our efforts when it comes to reparations. A lot of them thought it was just going to be a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought, oh, okay, it's just going to be something that's going to be on social media and it's not going to go any further than that. But as a collective, I think us staying on this about reparations is probably one of the most on code things that we've probably ever done as a community in a very, very long time. Because we always talk about being on code and everything like that, but it always seems like it's something that will derail it. But this is one of those topics that for many just won't go away. It's like many want it to go away, but it just sticks. I mean, we saw when Afro did his butter biscuits choice was the other night, and how the last person he highlighted was Broly Yet Yam Martin, talking about like that the rally for reparations wasn't going to be anything and like that. And then when he saw what it was, he didn't come back and do a retraction because he had to eat his own words, like which I said in that stream. I'm sure he enjoyed because he was able to eat. So and it's just amazing how far and wide this has stretched, even outside of just the establishment that is the US. It's gone pretty much, like you said, it's gone global. It's everywhere right now, and people are upset. They are hating, they are envious, they are jealous. I'm telling you, like, they're everything negative under the sun, but they could continue on hating from wherever they are hating, whatever cloud they're hating from. We're not going to stop talking about it. It's going to be what it is. And what really gets me is that you have people who are qualified to get reparations who are speaking against it. It's one thing when you have people who can't benefit from it, because we know you're going to be mad about it and upset about it. But when you can benefit from it and you're speaking out against it, it's the weirdest thing. And it's like, I just be wanting to ask them, why is that? Like, you're literally going to be entitled to a lot of money that you never had before, that was always supposed to be meant for you. Why do you not want it? Like, why are you so against it? It's like the Twilight Zone for me. And if for some reason I'm still having like a question mark above that when it comes to that, because I don't think I've come to a solid conclusion of why that is. We can easily turn it into the thing of, oh, they're just being coons, they're just being Sambos, but that's too easy to just say that. It's something else. Like, a lot of them have vitriol against it. It's almost like, well, one of the conclusions I came to is that they're scared that if Black people, Foundation Black Americans in particular, get that money, they're going to lose their footing being the pet, because they're scared that if we have a level of power that could almost rival the ones whose asses they kiss all the time, they're going to be done for, because most of the people whose butts they kiss all the time are going to probably almost be at the mercy of us. And they know with all the turncoating they've done, they can't run to us. You going to be left on an island all by yourself. You are going to be a nomad. I've always told people that when it comes to the Sambo or the Sambet, after they're done with you, you can't come back to us. Many of you weren't even with us to begin with, so coming back to us is not going to be an issue. You will be left on that island all by yourself. You, what's the name? Omarosa, Stacey Dash, Paris Denard, David Clark. I mean, it's so many of them, and that's exactly where you are going to be left at right now. Look at what, like, for instance, look at what Christian Walker's doing right now. Look at all the Sambo when he did over the years, but look at how his tune has changed allegedly with how he's been carrying on Twitter. I don't know if if this is his way of trying to shed away from what he was doing before, or if this is another grift for him. Much like the Coonstras, I keep telling people, don't be falling for their antics, because they're doing this to push an angle, and they need to go somewhere wherever they feel like they're going to get the most attention from. So definitely be weary of what their ulterior motives actually are. All I'm saying is this: really, all you got to see to test to see how someone feels or thinks is ask them their stance on reparations, and that answer is going to tell you everything you need to know right then and there.
Yes, sir, brother Beatzilla.
And real quick, so I can answer correctly, reset the question.
I was basically asking, how do you feel about watching the whole world when they're supposed to be about goodwill and towards men and happiness because it's the holiday season. They're spending their last few days of the year worrying about freedmen and the reparations and putting out think pieces and posts about what y'all gonna do with your money.
Well, the first thing when you hear about people worried about how you will spend money, that conversation of how you will conduct yourself in the future indicates a threat to however they perceive their future. So I look at it as we are in a time to where you are looking at more financially astute, more politically astute, more socially astute black folks. And this is not the old civil rights John Lewis age group, more so not even the baby boomers, but this is the youth, and the youth, I guess the if you said the elder statesmen of the youth would be in their 40s, at the latest 50s. So you're talking about kind of a whole new existence of kind of a understanding of our own agenda and owning it. So I see a lot of people's lives being shook up like an apple tree, like a freight train hitting an apple tree. Their lives are being changed forever in an instant. So all the apples are falling where they may, but we are just so happy to fall in the right baskets of being on code, finding our place and finding our understanding of our own selves. So this is the one thing that I can understand. If you're looking at a country that has prided themselves in knowing the comfort level of having people who don't even know their own identity because you are well assured you stripped it from them. Right now, we're identifying ourselves. So the first thing that tells the rest of the world is, hey, we have awoken. That's why you're seeing everybody trying to condemn this idea of being woke. So for me, I look at it as a good thing. It's not always going to be the happiest thing because it makes the dominant society feel so severely uncomfortable. And you should expect that discomfort of over about, let's see, 300 plus years of black folks just being completely docile. So how we're living now, I'm like, I look at it as absolutely fantastic because this change is true. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it equality, but it is true truth because you can't really call it equality. It's just truth. So that's how I see how things have transpired. So while these people are worried about us getting reparations, look at how their existence will change with us focused on our own communities with resources. Yeah, everything changes on the planet. So imagine if we just in our little society within Black America, we have reparations. That doesn't bind us to this land for us to get paid and capitalize on our money. Meaning all of these people here can not just only make a a financial ecosystem here in America, but that ecosystem can also move across the entire globe, just as they allow the Koreans to do with black hair care products and the like. So yeah, I see it as a great thing. Be mad because if people were comfortable, they wouldn't be upset. So that means that our resilience is making people uncomfortable. And now we have entered into the buyer's seat. And I hope that black folks tend to own it. That's the one thing that I just hope black folks do, but it's right there for the grasp. And we're here. And with you, Kid Gravity, you being a Jamaican family, let us be known, foundational Black American freedmen and our Caribbean family, Let us be the example of showing how it's done. Because now we have a built-in financial institution between all of us once we all get on code. So that obviously is just hands down, man. I'm happy with everything I see, brother.
You muted yourself.
Oh no, I was done. No, I'm happy
No,
with
that was. I
everything.
think you meant me. I think you meant me.
Yeah, I meant Kid had muted himself.
Yeah, I hate hotkeys, but let's play an oldie but a goodie, folks. Now, what you see on the screen is the legendary TV show Jeopardy. Hey, agitators of peace and your Latino/Asian brethren and sistren in arms. Were y'all upset this day?
In 2015, Congress authorized payments of $4.44 million to each of these people, $10,000 for each day of their captivity. Joe Biden.
Who are slaves?
No. Scott?
Who are Guantanamo Bay prisoners?
No.
Who are Japanese internment camp survivors?
No. The correct response is the Iran hostages. Scott?
Oh, so those people got reparations, but you were cool with that. I didn't see any outrage over this. I saw actual conversations from the tweets I saw. Conversations.
You know,
But
it's interesting
when-
that you played that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's interesting you played that clip because it was another clip I saw of Jeopardy, and it was when I think Ken Jennings was hosting it, and it was a question that came up about reparations, and that was actually the response. And it's crazy because one of the contestants was an Asian man, and you should have saw the look on his face when the camera went to him, because he was like, "Don't look at me because I don't know the answer." And then one of the other contestants had got the answer correct. But then when it came back to Ken Jennings, he actually expounded more on the response. So when people say they don't know what reparations is or what it would look like or who it would benefit, they are lying through their teeth. And the fact that reparations can make its way to Jeopardy as a question says a lot. That's how far it's gone. It's made the topic of reparations has made it onto game shows. Is like if you want to talk about if you want to talk about the entertainment side of things, it's made its way to game shows. We're talking about this is a topic that has gone from just being a talking point on social media to getting into legislation and getting onto the desk of these politicians. I still call them that until they actually do something worthy enough of me calling them a politician, to actually now getting onto game shows as questions that are worthy of responses, such as Jeopardy. Now, Jeopardy has a long history as far as a game show, one of the most longest running game shows ever, still going, even after the passing of Alex Trebek. And I think Kid is pulling up that clip that I was talking about.
I got it right here, brother. Let's play it.
We'll begin with you. $4,200 going into Final Jeopardy. Your response was?
Oh my God!
That was the Asian guy I was telling you about that said,
Why Shang-Chi cousin over here?
Shang.
He said, "What is question mark?" And when I had saw that, I said, "I hope he didn't wager all his money."
Lord,
somebody come. Hey, Torian, can you come get Amadeus Cho for me? For those who don't know who Amadeus Cho is, he is the astonishing.
Kid, did you see that video I had to do on Kenny Zoo the other day?
Yes.
When I called him a great value Shang-Chi. That's the kind of people that I be talking about.
Yeah.
People like
would y'all
him.
like an inside? Would y'all like to hear some inside information?
And shout out to all of you because that video went pretty viral. Like that video did numbers in like a day. Like that video did really, really well.
I had to delete my commentary because I was so xenophobic in there. That's how upset I was. And I'm glad I didn't post it. But yeah, somebody come get Amadeus Cho, please.
Amadeus Cho.
Final Jeopardy. Your response was?
His
his Asian ass don't know shit.
So you're gonna
Yeah.
Okay, he was smart in that aspect to not wager a thing.
I have one criticism about Jeopardy. How y'all allowed in Final Jeopardy to wager 0?
Well, if you know you ain't got it, you know you ain't got it. It is Jeopardy.
He
So
would
again,
he would have been.
I think that has to be a rule.
Dumb. He would have been dumb to wager anything and he didn't know the response. Like some people have actually done that, and I don't know why they do that. Like, why would you wager something and you don't know what the response is?
Yeah,
like just
I
wager
think, I think
zero.
they need to
Not,
change
don't
that.
wager
I
anything.
think minimum has to be $1,000.
They ain't gonna do that.
no.
I know,
because nobody
know.
ain't gonna want to go on there no more if they have to make them wager $1,000 at minimum on Final Jeopardy.
Well, look at it this way, kid. If you're smart enough to be on Jeopardy, you ain't gonna be dumb enough to place a bad bet.
Like I said, that was the only smartest thing that he did was not to wager anything for a response he did not have. If he wagered something, he would have been even more dumber than he looks.
Exactly.
I would have laughed like really hard in his face.
All right. So do y'all realize you have 3 members of comic book characters in this video? You got Amadeus Cho here. You got Henry Cavill if he never had muscles, and you have the vice president from Wakanda Forever. The chick that played Julie Louise Dreyfus.
Oh, you talking about Valentina?
Yeah, Valentina. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's see what Henry Cavill said.
Who was tied for the lead, $17,400.
This is like an SNL skit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What is 40 acres and a mule? Yes, that was the promise made by the free hero.
Pause it.
And that's the part where I said Ken Jennings expounded on the response when he said 40 acres and a mule.
Oh, see now, what I was tripping out is my man's look. The look on my man's face is just. Now he's taking it into consideration, but just the fact that he is being questioned about anything non-white, it's just got him shook.
Yeah, he has that. Yeah, I know. You know, I didn't pay attention to that when I first saw the clip. That he didn't have a smile on his face. I know the answer, but I'm not gonna risk like getting more money and put the wrong answer. So I'm gonna bite the bullet and put this right answer so I can get me some more money. Yeah. And hopefully go to the next round and get some more money.
Well, this was Final Jeopardy.
And it probably hurt him even more when Ken Jennings expounded on that response when he added on to it. I mean, he already had it right. When he expounded more on why that was, on why the 40 acres and a mule was.
You know what's funny? I just noticed something. Why he looked like Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak did the fusion dance.
I didn't think about that, but he does kind of look a little bit like Pat Sajak a little bit.
So
right?
no,
especially right here. And how ironic Wheel of Fortune comes on before Jeopardy.
Yeah. Shout out to them. All right, let's see.
People that was never actually kept, those reparations never came to be. Now, how much of
he got educated. God damn.
He wagered everything. He was confident.
Damn right. They know our shit.
Okay.
That's the thing. They know.
Come on,
they
Valentina.
know.
Damn right she knew.
She did. She can force the tie by betting all of it. Did she?
Mm-mm.
No, she wagered.
Scary ass. That's what you get.
Tyler Rose.
Told y'all the goddamn shit was 40 acres and a mule.
All right, black man, you got it.
At first, I was like, there you go. At first, I was like, who was that extra voice? But then I realized it was from the video. I said, this kid got somebody on the phone that we don't know is in here, but I forgot it was somebody. But notice though, kid, I don't know if you noticed, like the video that the guy posted, it only had 67 views. Now, on Twitter, if something wants to go viral and get pushed, they'll push it. But that video only has 67 views.
Yep. They don't want us. They don't want B1 Society to win.
And that video been up for a while. It's not like it's something that just got posted yesterday. And even then, some videos can get posted a day ago and go viral. But that video has been up for a couple of months, and it only got 67 views.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Light Revelations too. He said the Karen said slaves. They would literally make up anything. Oh, we know. Yeah, because slaves can mean anybody.
Exactly.
Oh Lord. We 2023 is gonna be a fun year, boy. As the reparations gets hotter.
Even white people
man,
were
people are gonna,
slaves.
yeah, what happened with they were slaves during the potato famine? Man, if you don't oh Bezilla, you know you made me mad when you played that Latina the other night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you
She's
made me mad. You made me why you play Fraudy B like that?
Fraudy B.
Why you play sitting up there talking about Latinos are mixed with Native Americans? I'm like, yes, y'all are mixed with them, and then y'all eradicated them.
Exactly.
Y'all don't want to have them conversation. Matter of fact, I might do that conversation just for Fraudy B. Just for Fraudy B. Because I think she forgets. By the way, hey, all you Latinos that love putting on y'all's cowboy hats, can y'all thank the black man for that? Can you thank the original cowboys for that?
Facts.
And I know y'all don't want to. I know y'all don't want to. It's okay.
Mhm.
When y'all go to y'all rodeo and they're stringing up the cows, please thank Bill Pickett for that. Please do. He helped revolutionize rodeo. Please do. We could go there.
I actually
By
learned
the
about
way,
him. I learned about him in Denver because I got a lot of family out in Colorado. So they have a black rodeo event out there every year,
yes, sir.
and that was like one of the dopest things I've experienced, and just witnessing the history of again foundational Black American culture in America, and understanding that we were the first cowboys in the
Mhm.
West. And shit, man, that's like 1993. So like,
Yes, sir.
man, we's getting it. We forcing it out here, man.
let's let's give y'all a little bit of history, Fraudy B. Fraudy B. How come I can't figure out who's y'all top Latino rodeo star? How come I can't figure them out? But I could figure out these sisters.
Meet
Uh,
the only all black female rodeo
Uh,
squad.
come on now. Cowgirls of color. Come on now. I think they over there in your neck of the woods, Torian. You might,
What it says? Okay, it says it's in Maryland, but I don't know which part of Maryland it's in.
let's see. Read full article. Let's see.
Because in Baltimore they do be riding on horses. Not
Oh, I
saying
know.
that they in Baltimore, but you go to Baltimore, you most likely will see a black person riding down the street on a cold Clydesdale.
wow.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Wait, they have a website. Let's see.
Yeah, like
I
which
might
part
have
of
to do a
Maryland
bet.
is it
I
in?
might have to do a bet on black. Oh, go to their Instagram. It doesn't say. It just says the Maryland and DMV area.
Okay,
Oh wait,
that's
here we go.
dope.
They had one. When was it? Oh, this was back in 2019. I don't know if they disbanded or whatever, but it looked like Baltimore, Clinton. All right.
I know where Clinton. I know exactly where Clinton is. Like about a 5-minute drive from me. Yeah, I know. Like Clinton is
Yeah, the last post was in April.
like real close. I know exactly where Clinton is. Baltimore is like 45 minutes going north.
All right, cool. So yeah, we might have to. I might have to do. I might have
Rob
to do
is
some
crazy
research.
in the track. He said Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin.
I mean, that's how. Listen. Well, I will put it this way. That's how the black people in Maryland say Merlin. Now, if you come like when you dealing with the PC people or the others, they'll actually pronounce it Maryland or Maryland. But us, we be like Merlin. Just like whenever I say library, I can't say library. I say library.
Library. Yes, sir. So so shout out to Fraudy B over there in California. You know, by the way, I couldn't help but notice, Fraudy B, that you was wearing a lace front. I couldn't help but notice that and the extra colors you had in there. But you know, do your thing. Hope an earthquake hit your house. But we're gonna move on because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be evil yet. 2022 was such a great year, wasn't it, folks? We had the advent of Twitter Spaces, aka the refuge for Clubhouse. So basically, what I'm saying is people fled Clubhouse to go to Twitter Spaces.
I forgot all about Clubhouse, honestly. You know, when
I
Twitter
know.
Spaces took over, I
by the
completely
way,
forgot about it.
Yeah, for those who don't know, they're the Nigerians still talking greasy over there. They're still talking greasy, but that's okay. Let them stay in their echo chambers. Their country is about to get taken over very soon, but not today.
I'm
Twitter
so glad I
Spaces.
missed that. I missed the whole Clubhouse phenomenon. That was one that I was fortunate enough because they were still doing the iOS. They hadn't really solidified
Right.
their Android situation. So, like, yeah, I was able to miss that whole thing. And by the time we got to Twitter Spaces,
Right. All right, we got a super chat from Janessa Coleman, $10. She said, "Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays to you too." By the way, we're still in the giveaway phase. So if you want to be part of the giveaway, $50 of free merch plus free shipping, put KGB in the chat because we have more people in here. So back to Twitter Spaces. So once I got back on Twitter active, I hooked up with Black Alpha. And we started doing Twitter Spaces, debates late at night. Sometimes they would go for a while. Sometimes they would get cut off because, Twitter doesn't want us to talk positive. And then, it didn't work out as well as we wanted it to. We took a hiatus, and then Beatzilla came in, resurrected it with Black Alpha, and now they have something very functional on Twitter. So shout out to you two brothers for that.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
But family, the amount of characters we had in them Twitter Spaces, we done had Tethers in there. We had, I'm going to say the words, YouTube, don't get mad at me. That's what this person is. We had transitioners in there. We had people who were freedmen but didn't want reparations. We had it all. And it was fun. We saw Twitter Spaces go viral. And then we saw people go viral. We saw whole groups get viral and then subsequently go away. But all in all, New Black Media stood tall.
Mm-hmm. And also shout out to and also, like, speaking of Twitter Spaces, shout out to redoing his like Twitter Spaces and then downloading them and then putting them up on his channel, because sometimes I won't catch them, so I can go back and look at them. And let me just tell you, those be some of the funniest spaces ever, especially when you got people coming up in there trying to interrupt and interject and interfere, and they be going on like roasting like rants and stuff like that, and he just be calm with it. It'd be so funny. I forgot which one it was. I think it was some PC guy that came up in there a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about like, with reparations and stuff like that, and like Tariq like literally had to calmly school this guy. Like that literally was going on for almost an hour, and I'm just sitting there listening, and like this guy, I'm like, what in the hell is he talking about? It's just like it was weird. He was talking in circles. Nothing he was saying was coherent or making any sense, and that happened multiple times.
Yeah, I even hated Twitter Spaces at the beginning, but now I understand they do serve a function, because it's not only for conversation, it's also an exposure session. Because it also, I'm not saying more about people personally, I'm more saying about people's lack of knowledge. Because, and Beatzilla can attest to this, when we used to do them Twitter Spaces and people come up and we just let them talk, y'all know me, I don't like to use the mute button. A couple times I was about to mute people because they were just talking and they weren't saying
big
nothing.
Facts.
Like homeboy in y'all's face last week. That Sudanese dude. Shout out to Goat Milk Twitter, by the way. Shout out to y'all.
My God.
And it's almost like you could see it coming a mile away from the minute they open their mouth to give their little opening or give their little introduction. It's like, okay, can you just get to the point? You don't have to give you a whole diatribe and a rundown of your Twitter bio verbally. Just say what you got to say and get to the point and move on so we can get to the next person. that was calling. Notice I haven't really been in Twitter spaces like that, or if I do come on there, I'll just be stayed, in listener mode. It's very rare that I'll hop up and talk unless I feel compelled to add into the discussion. But a lot of times I'm either not going to join or I'm just going to be in the listener spot and just listen to see what people are saying. And usually if some people are saying like some stuff that is like just off the walls, I'll leave. Like I'll tune it out and just like get off the Twitter space and go do something else. But I can't remember the last time I actually spoke on a Twitter space.
It was ours, actually. I think it was our space, actually. Me and Black Alpha.
Was. Now, which one? I can't remember. I know it wasn't recent.
Yeah. But yeah, Twitter Spaces is always it's always great. By the way, I have to talk about that one.
Please do.
Tariq held about the psych ops. Now, I didn't hear the whole thing. I heard the tail end of it, like the last 15 minutes. Black people, let me say this to y'all. I understand that we're not going to like each other. I get all that. Why would you go into a space where there's over 1,000 people in there and there's a conversation being had? Why would you go in there to go expose somebody that you don't like?
Because that's the nature of messiness. See, the one thing about Twitter Spaces that I have noticed, you got to remember when Twitter Spaces really became popular, everything was still shut down. So you had a lot of the churches that were shut down. So there were a lot of people. If you notice, a lot of people that have came into spaces, especially like the ones you have held, Gravity, and the ones you have been in, excuse me, they have always said, I'm new to Twitter Spaces. This is something that we are hearing very, I'm new to Twitter, and we're hearing very often now. I'm new to Twitter, and I just started hearing about, the reparations conversation and new black media and the grassroots, and I'm new to this. So that's something to kind of take into consideration as well, because we've heard a lot. But with that being said, Spaces allowed a lot of folks that were shut off from going to church, that allowed them a place to congregate with like minds. And what do we always say about growing up in church? We always know that there's a lot of church mess. So those folks was bored. The church messy crowd was super bored and ended up creating Twitter spaces. That's what I see.
Shout out to Brother Sage. I guess, but it's like they went in there. This dude was like, "Oh, I know about Sir Major Page, and he this, that, and the third." And I'm like, I'm just looking at the phone. I'm like, why do y'all follow people you don't like? I knew about that dude on Clubhouse. He sat wrong with me. Anytime he in a room, or I leave, or if I see him in a room, I don't go in it. Why do y'all go around people you don't like?
Because they're trying to get some stuff started. And notice they like to do that in Tariq spaces because they know that he draws a huge crowd. So they want to do it on a grand stage. It's not enough for them to want to say do it like whenever you or Beatzilla or Black Alpha or even Afro host a space, because while y'all can garner many people to come in there, y'all aren't garnering thousands of people in there.
No, we don't. We ain't doing Tariq numbers.
So they'll go into a spot or a space where they can go and kick up drama, where they have an audience, or at least the audience that they want to go in there, or whoever they feel is in close proximity to whoever is hosting the space. Remember when Jason Black started hosting spaces? That was kind of mind blowing, because we never thought he would actually do it. But then when he started like hosting spaces, then all of a sudden, I was like, where did all of this vitriol for him come? It's like y'all didn't have much of this when he was like when he does his live streams, but when he started doing spaces, now because you feel like you're real close to him and you don't have to like call in. Now, it's just a click of a button, and now you just feel like you can get your stuff off. And it's like, where did that even come from? I said, you know what? If Professor Black Truth ever hosted one space, that's going to be very interesting to see. But something tells me he may never do it. But if he does, if like out of some like
that might break Twitter. That might break Twitter.
That's going to like literally like blow everybody away. And I have a feeling like he will handle this whole thing it'd be a whole different ball game. Imagine all three of them hosted a space together. Ooh.
Well, see, I think if Professor Black Truth actually did host a space, you automatically gonna get Tariq and Jason. I think they would automatically just both go in there because, and that right there, you're gonna clear up all the confusion because one of the things that and not calling anybody's names, but this is something else that happened, and just looking at the year in review, Jason Black is the most recent man to coin the phrase and turn the phrase and make it popular. B1, Black first. You literally had people say, okay, we'll give it up to he is the person who coined this phrase. Moment one, they said that they had a different belief than what he had already designed. They went straight off the rails and just went straight ham at him. So that type of stuff, like I say, when you see all these people coming in here new in 2021 after the George Floyd situation, all of a sudden you're literally gonna go argue with the man whose phrase you're using, and then say, "Well, I believe it means something different." Yeah, we're dealing with a different kind of species in these Twitter spaces, man. Just be honest about what you're saying. It's like the short bus shawty crowd.
I have not heard that phrase in so long. I think I first heard that phrase when I was in college. That's how long ago it was. That's why I started laughing, because it took me back to my undergrad days when I first heard that phrase.
For real though. I mean, come on, man. We got to do more. Shout by shout it. Y'all can't be like that. But it's like literally listening to. Prime example. Let me give a real quick example, man. Tesla was talking about her speaking at the reparations rally, and some people had issues as, well, why is she talking? Well, she's experienced and she's out there, so she has a platform to kind of elevate the voice. Well, somebody said, well, I don't have a problem with you talking at the rally. I just have a problem with you talking about reparations. Well, she was like, well, I'm not really talking about reparations. I'm doing what I do at a reparations rally. Then the response again was, well, okay, so I don't have no problem with you not talking about reparations. But my problem is you are talking about reparations. And that is the type of conversations that I have been hearing on Twitter. And it's like, oh my Lord, that is not a good showing of a community at all. So, but hey, man, with Twitter Spaces, everybody gets a chance to talk, and sometimes we see a little bit of the worst. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Where's y'all next space?
Well, I'm not doing one.
Oh no, we'll that would be Monday. So yeah, y'all can check our space on Monday. That's me and Black Alpha Network, the certified truth, on Twitter Spaces.
All right. Should we deviate a little bit into the ratchetness or keep it positive?
It's your show. You're piggybacking off of you.
Yeah, brother.
All right, let's just ask, and everybody in the room can participate as well. I say free Tory Lanez. I really don't care about the whole situation. I just don't need to see another black man in jail, especially for something he allegedly didn't do. I know Torian will probably not do a video on it. Maybe
I most likely won't.
Right. I figured as much. I think he's just going to save all his ammo for the PPP. He's going to do on Meg Thee Stallion when she gets her wake up call. And I know Beatzilla, on your show, you'll probably say whatever. But
Yeah, but I
me,
wasn't really
again-
following this. I wasn't really following this trial like that. Honestly, I almost
Yeah.
treated this like how adults back in the 90s treated the OJ trial. They were just ready for it to be over. Like they got tired of hearing
Right.
about it. It's like, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't something that I really followed closely, you know,
Mm-mm.
I'm literally catching, I guess you can say, the strays or the after effects of everything that has been going on. But I did have an opportunity to hear what Tory Lane's dad said, and my God, that man
Mhm.
off
Mhm.
on them people. Like
Mm.
he literally went in, and when I was listening to it, it was attached to another commentary, and they said what Tory Lane's dad was saying in the tone he was using is exactly why they do not like to put the camera in black men's faces, especially one like that. That's why they always will want to push a black woman in there somewhere, because she'll talk in a tone that they like. When he got up there and spoke in the conviction that he was speaking in, he didn't stumble over his words. Like he was like literally speaking with a stern tone, like, you know, like a black man. And I said, I bet you was someone out there that's saying that's toxic masculinity. You know how they get. But
Already.
so when I heard that, like when I was listening to him talk, that literally sent chills through my body, because he realizes that his son could go to jail for like 2 decades.
Man,
And
they trying to send that boy away for 20
No, they trying to
years.
deport him
back to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he has.
I think he'll win on appeal, though. I think he's going to win on appeal.
I definitely believe that his attorneys are definitely going to appeal this for sure. Like, it's a room for the appeal. But again, like I said, this wasn't a case that I've been following. And then, it just struck me, this is another one of those cases that happened in California. I keep telling y'all, black men get railroaded in that California court system all the time. That's what they did with Bill Cosby, with that situation with him. And, I find it very interesting, because I actually talked about this on my live stream yesterday. And because I was getting ready to get towards the end of my live stream, and someone had put into the chat that Tory Lanez had got found guilty for all the charges. But I didn't lean into that, because that means I would have been staying on for longer than I wanted to. So I just kind of looked at it and glanced and glossed over it. I find it very interesting that also, while this trial was going on, you had everything going on with Harvey Weinstein. Because Harvey Weinstein got found guilty of one of those charges that can render him a lot of years behind bars on top of the ones he's already serving from New York. And that case was in California. That trial was in California. But they really didn't talk about it like that, because it got overshadowed by Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. And these were both happening at the same time. And Aaron Dean with Tatiana Jefferson was going on. All of this was going on at the same time, but look at what gained more attention. I'm like, you had Aaron Dean, a PC cop who murdered, as far as I'm concerned, they can say manslaughter all they want. He murdered that woman inside of her aunt's home while she was playing her with her nephew, killed that woman. He got
you got the cop out there, though. The cop out in DC. The policeman out in DC that just got convicted of second-degree murder.
The video I just did today. Yeah, like that.
There you go.
It's a crazy thing. I didn't even know about that story until like yesterday,
bro.
I didn't know about that, because that happened. That was around in 2020.
Yes, sir.
Floyd, that was overshadowing it, so I didn't even know, and that was in my backyard,
bro. So there was like 5 that week.
Yeah, like you had so much going on at one time.
Not to break y'all's concentration, but he finally showed up. I know the pizza was great. I understood it. I understand. What's up, Afro? Dude, you look like you just woke up.
I did. Yes, I did.
That's good. That's
good. He almost sound like he just woke up too.
I did. I apologize for that.
No, it's all good, brother. It was all good.
I have been working.
That samurai shift is a beast.
Yeah. Hey man, you gotta do your thing, brother.
I've been, I set an alarm though. I set an alarm. I'm like, I'm gonna get up. That's
cool. All right. But hey y'all, before we continue the conversation, I do got a special guest on pop in for a couple seconds and just talk about their 2022 as well. I don't know if y'all follow this brother, but he's been covering the Cosby stuff for about 2 years now, and I respect him on the fact that he did that, even though YouTube don't like him for doing that, so they suppressed the hell out his channel. But I said, let me bring the brother on and see if we can, break his shadow ban. I got the brother Gavin Richard, aka G-Boot 2876. How are you, my man?
Oh, I know. I'm familiar with Gavin.
Gavin, what's going on, brother?
Hi, Knucklehead. This not Gavin. This Sir Charles.
Oh, what's up, Charles Barkley? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, man, before you start talking in your mic, please brush the butter biscuits off your tongue.
Don't be no hater. You sound like Kyrie's friend. You a hater. Butter biscuits pretty good, Ernie. Ernie give them to me all the time,
It's
man.
scary how much he kind of sounds like him too. That's
Lord.
No. Well, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. It's Christmas Eve, and the fat man in red is coming. And no, I'm not talking about Shaq in a Miami jersey. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Merry Christmas, happy holidays to y'all. Season's greetings.
Yes, sir. Salute to you, my brother.
Hey, man, salute to you for your Cosby work. Salute to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's available on Kindle. You got to forgive me, brothers, because I'm out and about with stuff, so I'm driving as I'm talking to y'all, so that's why I can't appear on screen. But
that's cool.
I thank you.
Don't get pulled over by none of them race soldiers, please. Don't hold your phone.
Oh, don't worry, man. My phone's on my lap, so I know that ain't gonna save me either. But let me put it on.
You know the law, though, so you're good.
Yeah, I know how to deal with them. I'm fine, man. But no, bro, thank you. And I want to tell everybody that the book is still on Kindle. I have had the hellest of times trying to get it in paperback because the book cover, what Amazon does is that there are certain dimensions that they have when they want to print a book that they need. So when I present when I tell them the cover that I want and have, it's always something about the inches and so forth. So that's been really the holdup for having it in paperback, because I know a lot of people are old school, like to flip through the pages. But we're working on that. But if you want to just go ahead and get it on Kindle, that's probably the easiest way to do it.
Cool. Yeah, we will definitely make sure to put that in the description box for you, because, like I said, you've been doing last 2 years, brother. I mean, since I've been following you, you've been talking about that Cosby case, bringing on his lawyers, talking with the people that are close to him. I mean, you've been doing the work. You've been doing the work that a lot of us, wish we could do and get that kind of access. So,
brother Gavin.
Yes, brother.
Hey, man, how you doing, brother? Hey, I know you do, brother. And shout out to you and Sister Nicole's View for what y'all been doing, and also the other work you've been doing behind the scenes. I definitely appreciate you, my brother. And let all the people involved needed to know happy Areta Suse and happy holidays to all of you, yours, and everybody. You dig it?
It is Doug, brother. Thank you very much. I
appreciate
I appreciate the love and support. And I want to say this, YouTube has shadow banned me, but we still pushing. And it's not just YouTube, it's Facebook as well, because I get bogus. I don't know if you've ever been live touring or Kid Gravity on Facebook, but I get bogus copyright strikes. Even free music that we have on StreamYard. I've been banned on that from that as well. But the shadow bans really are not just from the Cosby work. It's more or less because they don't like straight heterosexual black men. And when you start pushing a positive agenda, that's when the strikes come. So, and they do it to everybody, but what we all got to do is what we're doing here, and that's support each other and give them hell.
Facts.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
Facts.
Don't take this lying down.
No, never do. Hey, I gotta ask a question. How cold is it down there?
Right. Oh man, it's about 37 degrees right
now.
You warmer than us.
Damn.
Yeah,
And that's in the
I've seen
NO.
these, and that's in
But
New
wait,
Orleans.
is that because of the gumbos outside?
The gumbo is always inside. The gumbo. This is
all right.
yeah. Gumbo's always outside. This is Jack Frost is chilling. So it's 37 degrees. Actually, we had a hard freeze warning for the last couple of days, but I've seen what's going on up north, man.
Yay, bro. I'm up in the
Y'all used to
Pacific
that.
Northwest. No, we ain't used to this.
I'm talking about on the East Coast, like DC,
Oh yeah, they are.
New York.
Yeah. Oh, listen, yeah, down here it's 20 degrees.
Yeah, it's 20. It's 20 where I'm at right now. I'm like literally looking at the temperature in
like
the
an
corner of
igloo's
my
ass.
screen.
Yes, sir. I mean, even tonight it's going down to 7 degrees down here in Georgia.
Damn. It's 9 right here.
9?
It is 9 degrees.
So
which is
what's
a
your
cool
nighttime
thing.
temperature? Negative
That's
36?
cool because earlier today it was -2. So you know you
Oh,
gotta be,
bro.
I guess, grateful for that.
What's y'all's low tonight? What's y'all's low tonight? Negative 15?
What in
Is
New
it
Orleans?
enough? Isn't enough for a black man to say two MAGA dudes in white outfits beat him up while he went to go get a sandwich at 2
I was
a.m.?
just about to say it hasn't gotten this cold since Jay
I am not
Smollett got
suicidal.
jumped by Donald Trump.
I am not suicidal. I would have done this a long time ago. It would have been believable if he said Subway sandwiches. If he had Charles Barkley with him, I could have seen that. Because Charles does the
Boy.
sandwiches, like Dave Chappelle said. Sandwiches, really, niggas? Okay.
Yeah.
He went out in the cold for sandwiches. Ugh.
Yes, sir.
You should have said Waffle House, nigga. I would have believed that.
I don't even think they have Waffle House in Illinois.
Yeah, we don't have a Waffle House.
Right, that's how I was ready to say that. So that definitely wouldn't work.
If he said it, he could have said it, but yeah, then he would have stuck to it.
He should have said Harrow's, but that would have been a lie.
Ooh.
We get it now. If he said Maxwell's or something like that, then maybe if y'all know what that is.
That's that Italian roast beef out there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
but,
sir.
Gavin, I appreciate you coming on, brother, and stay safe out there and stay warm, please.
Yes.
No problem. I could talk about one of the topics y'all want. What's your next topic? I can stay on for a little bit.
Well, Afro was gonna come in. Okay. What were we talking? We were talking about Twitter Spaces and how they evolved over the year. I know you're not really on Twitter like that.
Well, actually, I am. I don't do the Twitter Spaces, but I've come on and listened in when Tariq has something. I think sometimes Torian has done a space before. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, I haven't.
No, Torian ain't doing that.
I haven't done.
That's me and Alpha.
Like I said, I don't think I have the patience to do a Twitter space. Like when I be seeing like how some of the people getting out of line, like I will be the one like cuss them out, kick them off, and then shut the space down. Like that's probably where I would. It would turn to a Torian rage, a type of video I have not done in quite some time, and I try to keep that at bay because I need to keep my blood pressure down. I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but Twitter Space. Something. Since you mentioned Twitter, say what you want about Elon Musk. I can say one positive thing. My followers, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I've seen a couple people, but have you gotten more followers since he's come on? Because he actually leaked out the proof that they had been shadow banning a lot of the right-wingers on Twitter. But if they did that to the right-wingers, think of all of the black, pro-black content creators that are on Twitter that have been shadow banned, because I've seen my numbers go up.
Yeah, I've been getting more consistent followers.
Yes, I definitely have. And you know what's funny? The residual is actually happening on Instagram because of Twitter. Because, like for me, like Gavin, you understand what being a blackball artist is. So if as a blackball artist, they know how to already, like I'm already coming into an algorithm at a problem. So just watching how things have shifted, Twitter Spaces has actually given a vehicle to all the voices that necessarily would not have a voice, that the powers that be typically seem to suppress. However, with that being said, it also offers the legs to the infiltrators to discount the message. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. It's a double-edged sword.
Facts.
But I mean, I like what Musk has done, and now I'm hearing he's gonna step down as the CEO. I really, really, when those people quit, like they lost like all of their staff, I was laughing like a mug. I thought it was funny. Good,
Me too.
because a lot of this left wing woke stuff. I don't know about y'all, but it's fucking annoying.
Yes.
Some of it is annoying, and the liberals, I find, it's like what Malcolm X said. The left liberals can be worse than conservatives.
The Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a weird year, but it's also been a very educational year because it forces you to understand that we are all not going to make it, and you
At
can only
all.
have a few people around you to keep your sanity and to make sure you move forward.
Right.
Because
Two-thirds ain't gonna make it.
oh yeah, you know how like sometimes you see
Bam.
those game advertisements of like you go through like different, I guess, sections and you get an army, but then when you mess up and go into the negative part, you start losing people, or you fight like the final boss and you just get paired off. That's how it feels now.
Mm-hmm.
But brother Afro Elite,
Yes, sir.
we started off the show talking about our 2022s. So you haven't gotten an opportunity to do it yet. So we're going to give you a few minutes to talk about how your 2022 went.
Okay. It's very interesting. First, I want to thank you for having me. You know, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all you brothers here. Now, Kyra she was in the chat. She had a lot to say about why I was asleep. She's right. She was right. So you don't know. Y'all don't know that the mixture of nice, good, warm, deep dish pizza in the cold weather, oh, it knocks you out. That's killer. It knocks you out. Now, as far as the year's been this year's been wild. This year has been wild. I don't know where to start as far as the events. I mean, saying that going all the way from the event, just from that viral space all the way in January, like this year kind of started off with a bang, and it's like nonstop since. It's been event after event, after this happened, after this happened, after this happened. It's been so many things to talk about. Now, some of the things that I've learned is really about like kind of discipline and clearing yourself, because we're talking about Twitter spaces, from the viral Twitter space, from the Secure the Tribe gang. Then you're talking about situations. Torium, remember we did a video as far as what's that thing called? Tennessee, Mason, Tennessee.
Yeah.
We did a video, and all of that happened like back to back. It's been so much stuff. One thing, man, my 2020 has been progressive. I will say my 2020 has been positive. I feel like I've grown a lot. I feel like the community's grown a lot. I feel like though, 2020 was like the year of us seeing our true colors.
2020?
Yeah,
right.
2022. Sorry.
I was waiting to see if anyone was going to correct me.
Y'all just let me
like
go.
3
Y'all
times.
just let me go like that.
I wanted you to say it 2 more times, see if Candyman would have showed up.
Okay. So 2022 was like the year of everybody kind of showing their true colors, and I feel like we got that a lot with Negro wake up calls. I feel like we got a lot of Negro wake up calls this year. Starting off early, I'm talking about with the Justice Smollett situation. Um,
Mhm.
uh, just Meghan Markle. We got a lot of Negro wake up calls this year, and it was an election year, so that was very interesting as well too. So a
Yeah.
lot of people showed their ass when it
Yeah.
came to the election year.
Don't forget the Coonstress. She got her
Yes,
wake up call with
Coons as
Trump.
well too. Um, a lot of people. I don't know. It's like this year, people just decided to do the absolute most. I feel like this is why 2022 is what happens. When you it's like when you give everybody the spotlight. 2022 was like the year of, okay, you guys have the spotlight. What are you guys going to do with it? I'm talking about from Kanye West. I felt like this has been the year Kanye West just showed his complete ass this year. Candace Owens, I've never seen anyone make a whole
She's just
cool
an ass.
documentary. I've never seen her made an
Real
entire
talk.
demo documentary. So that is something brand new. Like everybody just decided to show their ass today, this year. But I feel like that's a good thing. It's a good thing because I feel like going into next year, going into 2023, there's going to be a lot of clarity. It's going to be a lot of people that we thought were cool, that we thought, okay, I don't know what side we were on. We had the election year. We had a whole lot of straightening going on this year, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So next year, going into next year, we can move a lot smoother because we're moving with a much smaller crew. Twitter Spaces showed us that we're moving with a much smaller crew going into next year. Also, I'm glad because we kind of flexed not kind of, but we really did flex our power politically this year as far as our push for reparations. Um, I feel
That
like
was a good
this
thing.
year
Yeah.
has been like the biggest push I've ever seen for reparations as far as progress goes. We've made, I feel, in this year alone, I feel like we've made more progress for reparations than in the last 5 years. This year has been the biggest progress. We had that wonderful reparations rally. We had happened to be on an election year. The reparations rally was days before the election. And then you saw what happened. You saw Stacey Abrams. She lost terribly. She flopped terribly. Warnock won by this much by the skin of his teeth, which was really a loss. It was a win and a loss, to be honest. We still got Lori Lightfoot, so but that's
Yeah,
it.
y'all are on the clock next year. We got to
we
get her
got
up out.
we ended
You
up
know.
getting Wes Moore.
Yeah. Lloyd
Well,
Lightfoot.
hopefully that don't turn out that bad for y'all.
Hey, give me the
But
line
our
one.
push for reparations,
Woo.
having our own holiday, it was. I feel like a lot has been done this year, a whole lot.
Somebody got a kid.
Yeah.
She,
Yeah,
by the way,
Chicago's
brother,
Chicago's
Afro,
in
I
the
gotta just, if I
crosshairs.
can say something right quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I can say something right quick, Stacey Abrams, I just saw an article where she's millions of dollars, I think, in debt based off
Yep.
the stuff that they did from the RV to campaign drives and stuff. She lost that election, in large part because first off, yes, white people are the majority in that state, and they weren't going to vote push for it. But had she not gone out and disrespected black men like she did, and instead of talking to us, she talked down to us. And in Georgia, they didn't play with that. And that's how you got to be with politicians. Politics is a business. It's quid pro quo. You give something and you get something in return. We cannot give any of our votes for free anymore just because of what someone looks like. And trust me, she didn't look like that much either. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
support her. And I don't care that, oh, Brian Kemp is there. Honestly, Stacey Abrams got in. Just Raphael Warnock is in out in Georgia, and he won by a very thin margin. And it just goes to show you how bad of a candidate he is, because you should have mopped the floor
Mhm.
with Herschel Walker. But
Facts.
Yeah,
You-
100%.
All they were gonna
first
do-
of all,
all they
you're
were
not
gonna
going to
push was
disrespect
an
this.
agenda.
You're not going to disrespect this. First of all, I am Walker, Georgia Ranger.
What
Okay.
got me though with Stacey was like how like
That's a
her
toy.
and her supporters tried to sit up there and lie and say that she was losing or lost by a small margin. I'm like, are we looking at two different sets of numbers? Because
She
that
lost.
that was a pretty large margin that you lost by. Like really, you lost by over 10%. I don't know how you tried to frame that.
Okay, think of it this way,
lost by a
family.
little.
She lost by a little bit more than the entire city of Decatur.
What's bad? She lost more than she lost last time.
Yeah,
she was
almost six
she was
times more.
literally closer last time than she was this time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is these people they basically got the Tiffany Cross treatment. So as soon as they knew she lost, everybody was instantly fired. Just like Tiffany Cross. And they were out of work with like, oh no, this is your last check today. Thanks.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tiffany Cross,
fellas,
that was another interesting wake-up call.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about her. But fellas, we got somebody that wants to come
Yeah, that
up
was
and
too. What
say
happened
thank
with her?
you. That wants to say thank you to y'all for a good year. So we got Blueberry Muffin coming up. Blueberry Muffin, hello. Your mic is muted. It's muted again.
I think she remuted. She. Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey. Thanks.
Yes.
You guys opened my eyes to a lot of things. One of the biggest things to which I paid the most attention is listening to how these Black feminists have just come down on Black men. And it's not right. Without Black men, you can't have leadership or the leaders to keep the community together. And a lot of these Stacey Abrams types who have gone too far over to the wrong side, the reason why she got her ass spanked in Georgia was forgot who she was, where she was.
That is true. And it was the Black man's fault. Don't forget that. It was the Black man's fault.
Yeah, let them tell it.
I called it. I did call it.
It was the fault of toxic masculinity. Let them tell it.
And the patriarchy.
Right. And misogyny.
Misogyny.
Yeah, you got to think of
misogynoir.
Let me tell you something. If I may offer this, the Democrat Party staged a rematch between Brian Kemp and Stacey Abrams to get more money coming into their coffers. What they didn't understand was that in Georgia, like you guys said, Georgia is still majority white. The evangelical Christians had out fundraised and outmatched every Democrat donor 4-1. That's why you had that Herschel Walker clown running neck and neck with Warnock. Now, remember, Warnock came in as a special election. So he thought he had something that was never his in the first place. And Warnock thought because he didn't need Black voters, it was going to be a cakewalk and he would have the white support. What Warnock didn't realize and what his Democrat handlers failed to tell him was that the Republican machinery in the state of Georgia had already bought the votes for Kemp. And that was it. And Warnock had his nigger moment. Excuse me for saying that, but he had his nigger moment.
Well, look, when you go to a runoff with Herschel Walker, you already lost.
Right. Exactly. Like
you win. You already lost.
You lost against someone who, like Kid Gravity had posted up, showed off his little toy patch like that, and literally was saying all the nonsense that he was saying. And I kept saying to myself, kid, where is Dana Loesch? I said,
Dana
like, we
Loesch,
haven't
she
heard
was
from
like
Dana
Trey.
Loesch.
She was
I
punching
still
the air
won't
like
get over
Trey.
her what she said. She said, I don't care if Herschel Walker wants to abort a bunch of baby bald eagles. I want the Senate.
Yeah, I just want to win.
I said, well, okay. That's very interesting. And I said, Dana Loesch looked like she got a cauldron in her basement that she just be stirring and churning and chanting every night. You cannot tell me Dana Loesch doesn't have witch tendencies. Like she
wants
looks
to be
like
Nancy Pelosi. That's what it is.
Well, you know, they keep the company that you think. So I mean, you know, like if you see something in one, that's just a sign of who they have close to them. And again, with just like with everything that y'all said, y'all can understand when these people have a program and a plan, just like our brother Toria just said. Just think of Nancy. That's how I see Nancy Pelosi. Everything that she does, because we just got a new spending bill on Nancy Pelosi's way out that actually entitles her to. There's a few little things in this spending bill that they just put in there that are specific to Nancy Pelosi's future. So when you talk about the cauldron, she's not just spinning the cauldron of witchcraft, but she's also spinning the cauldron of the hustle, because she got some like I think about 5 billion
pot of gold. Yeah,
she got about 5 billion or 5 million out the way.
Yeah, and I saw, and you know, it's so funny. I keep remember back to when her and the rest of those individuals was kneeling, I guess, in some kind of a protest when it came to George Floyd, and they had on the kente cloth. I said Nancy had to get help getting up, because them old knees, they was really knocked. So she had to have some help to get up. Otherwise, she would have been on a Life Alert commercial very soon.
Yeah, but also, family, we also have to eradicate something in 2023. The white supremacist trope of the word Chicago. We got to get that eliminated. Because I've been hearing Chicago being brought up a lot more the last quarter of the year, especially when it comes to reparations.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to turn Chicago into Metropolis if we have anything to say about it. Because if we could take Chicago,
I was about to say something real stupid.
No, say it. It's okay. I say stupid things all the time.
I was about to be like, yeah, with me as the leader. But
no, listen, because I think if we can get Chicago B1, we can do some damage in this country. Like, we will really scare people. Because the way you guys are positioned, you basically you guys can control two sides of that city. And collectively, y'all can basically just go bum rush and get things really accomplished in that city. You guys are very uniquely set up that way. Because like I said, New York is dead. That's New Tether Central. That's it. They got that. Atlanta's still safe until at least 2024. Well, 26 when Kemp goes out. And we don't even know who's going to try to run that. I wouldn't even be surprised if Lance Bottoms come back down here trying to run for governor. It wouldn't surprise me. And we already know about the DMV. The DMV down till 26. And hopefully, they got enough people up there that'll keep it the way it is now and not have a whole bunch of Latinos running up in there, because that's what they want. But I think Chicago can be that city where Black folks can go and say, okay, we can do what we need to do to progress Black people, but we got enough power in that city to get it accomplished, so we can make it an example for everybody else in the country.
I heard you mention Sister Girl. I got a nickname for everybody.
Yes,
Keisha Sister Girl. I'll never forget when she went on there and tried to literally put Black people, quote unquote, on blast. When everything was going on with George Floyd, that's when everybody really looked at her with the side eye.
Yeah, and then also this year where she tried to go after New Black Media and Tariq, which was quite funny.
Wasn't that? I thought that was.
What was I saying about the
thought that
Negro
was,
wake call? I was saying it. I called. I'm like, yeah.
No, remember she said my
wake-up
son was
call.
getting all of these these black talking points from the NBA and something else.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about what's her face, sister Loudmouth, big sister Loudmouth. What's her name? Tiffany Cross.
Nah,
You know,
we gonna get to Tiffany soon. We gonna get to Tiffany soon. We got to talk about her. But I got another guest coming in the room, and y'all know this brother well. Now, this brother was very instrumental this year as well because he helped run a tether off the block. He helped facilitate a movement that, when you facilitate a movement that gets Jason Black to come onto Twitter Spaces and regulate, you've done the Lord's work. So we have Brother Sage in the building. Brother Sage, how are you?
I'm good. Shout out to the family, man. I just wanted to come up here and say that, again, you know, the movement was already going on before anything that I've done with any situation up here in New York. I do want to take my hat off to you, brothers, all four of you up here right now. You've done so much work. I'm happy to call myself your friend, to call myself your brothers. I tune into all of you guys' broadcasts, and I just want to let you guys know that I'm so proud of y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. All the information that you're giving out is something that's truly needed within our community. Thank you guys for opening up your platform. Afro, you already know what time it is. Torian, Kid Gravity, Beatzilla, love you guys to the core. Keep fighting. Again, I think all of us are actually in different states all over this country. Mm-hmm. And I want to say that it doesn't matter if we're in the same room or if we're in Portland, like my brother Beats, or in New York, like me. As long as we're on the same code, everything will transpire the way we want it to transpire. So I want to say thank you guys again. I can't salute you guys enough. And I look forward into moving to 2020, as my brother Afro said, 2023, you know, and just continuing the fight.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please stay warm up there because we know how to go.
Man, it's cold.
Is the Rockaway still flooded?
The Rockaways, that shit gets flooded every year during this time. It's probably ice right now, man. Excuse my language, by the way. But yeah, it's cold as ever. I know I ain't got nothing on Afro, but dog, it's cold as ever up here. I'm currently actually in the studio too. But that's why I actually have clothing on, because I'm usually not in clothing when I'm at home. But anyway, that's a little bit too much for the YouTube.
Yeah,
you know, a little
that's
bit
fine.
too much. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
But,
that's fine. I appreciate what you've been doing too, brother, because especially with what you did over the summer with that tether and you going down to Pace University and doing your thing down there. That was much appreciated. We could have let that go. We could have let that go, but nah, we couldn't let that go. You're not going to disrespect. You're not going to disrespect the freedmen. You're not. That's the one thing y'all not going to do.
It was more of like a, you know, with that situation again. You know, Marcel reached out to me because he knows that I live up here in New York, and I reached out to the dude to have a conversation. The dude wanted to have it on like, hey, let me give you a call, and I'm like, nah. Why don't we just speak? You said something that affected everyone, you know, in my lineage. So why don't we just speak in a public forum? I had no idea, because I know a lot of people say, I had no idea that Jason and Tariq were going to go into that space. I had no idea that that was going to happen at all. But again, I don't credit that to myself. I credit that to the momentum that all of you brothers created and everyone has created. You know, that's not on me. I was just a person to be in the right place at the right time. And you know, Brother Alpha sent me a photo of the space, because obviously they've taken the space down by now. But Brother Alpha sent me a photo of the space, and I think that was a moment in time. That's the time in which, you know, a lot of people got introduced. If you didn't know, you know, Jason Black, you knew him then. If you didn't know Tariq, you knew him then. And you see how these two brothers don't necessarily, you know, speak every day, but they're still on code with each other. And everything was one goal, that especially that day. Everything was about one goal. That's why I wanted to make sure that I brought brothers like Afro up, you know, brothers like Black Alpha up. I wanted them to speak their piece. You understand? I just didn't want to open the stage up to, some of the others, I wanted to open it up to everybody because everyone has something to say. And I wanted to use the intellectual class of us along with the gritty class, class of us. But again, that space, I think that was an amazing space. A lot came out of it because Pace is a huge university up here in New York. So
yes, sir.
The fact that Pace put out a statement lets us know how powerful we truly are. It's not just people talking online. So anything you guys do, any broadcast moving forward, it's very powerful. Anything you put out there. So please continue to do what y'all do. I don't give a damn if you got 5 people in there, if you got 5,000. You continue to do the good work, and you never know who's watching you guys, and you never know who you're inspiring. And
Yes, sir.
What I say to you brothers up here, okay?
All right.
Salute to you, brother.
Salute.
Thank you very much for the work that you do.
Oh,
yes,
absolutely. Much love again. If you guys ever need me, I'm a DM away. If you need, my personal, always hit me on the back channel, and we could definitely chop it up on the phone personally. But again, I can't say enough for you guys. Okay, I do want to touch on this because Kid Gravity, I think you asked a great question earlier. I think the Twitter Spaces now have become more of like an attention-seeking kind of thing, where people they get attention from because I know our brother Torin was talking about this earlier when Jason Black did his first Twitter Space. It's more about attention nowadays. If people are getting attention from Jason, that's more than gold. And if people are getting attention from Tariq, if you're going up there with the jankiness, that's more about attention that you want. A lot of things can be handled in the back channel, and I think that we as a people need to start handling things in the back channel. We don't need to go up to, daddy and get attention. Sometimes we can be grown adults, men and women, and handle things in the back channel and not let things leak out. And I want to credit you guys. None of you guys have been that dirty. None of you guys have had situations like that, where you ran to somebody for someone's validation. Because, there's times in which we have to handle serious business, and we really don't have time for is daddy gonna side with me? Is mommy gonna side with me? We don't really have the time for that. So again, I want to take my hat up to all of you guys. Much love, and keep the positive energy going, man, and keep the messaging out there. And thank you for all you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, brother Sage, before you go, you got to cop one of these, right?
Absolutely. So,
all right, it's in the description box.
I got you all the time. Cool. I'm actually wear that. I'm gonna cop some afros. I know you guys have a lot of merch. I will definitely be wearing those at my next music video, and I promise you, and at shows. Absolutely.
Cool. All right, cool. All right. So
appreciate that, brother.
Put that fire down in the studio.
I got you. Will do.
Right.
Will do for sure.
Salute, brother.
Sir.
Black first.
Much love.
Right.
Black first. Yeah.
Black first. Okay. Why? Sir, ma'am, your name is Wild. You got about 3 seconds to delete your comment before I roast you. You got about 3 seconds.
That person, male or female, I don't know, but that person was in there before, and I saw.
You got about 3 seconds to change that name before I roast you.
Find it. Since we here, can we talk about YouTube? Can we talk about?
Yes, we can talk about YouTube. Yes, sir. Look, I'll let you lead it. Go ahead.
My broadcast that I did, that we all did, that people loved the Butter Biscuit choice words. People loved it. Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy about that, right? There were comments where people were just commenting the laughing emoji, and YouTube was hiding that. Mm-hmm. I'm not just the laughing emoji, not laughing and then something else, not bullying, just laughing. And I'm all like, when does YouTube hide laughing emojis? Because some of them were coming up and then some of them were being hidden. And I'm all like, I don't understand this. So I'm undoing that. So they're hiding that. Then later on, I'm just monitoring, the comments and all that stuff. Then I see bots in the comment, like, click this link for a good time. I'm all like, so YouTube, hold on. I'm looking like YouTube is strict enough to hide laughing emojis, but there's still sex bots in the comment section. YouTube, like, where are y'all priorities? That's what I want
Wow.
to understand. That's what,
Yeah.
like, what's going on, YouTube?
You know,
That's
like
what I
those,
wanna
yeah,
understand.
those tend to pop up every now and then, and they are so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, you got to make sure. What I did was I went back in the studio and I just put like some of the like the keywords that they had in those chats and just put it in the banned words. So
Mhm.
I haven't seen them in like 2 weeks now. So that's one
That's
option you can do.
insane.
Yeah. You know they don't want us to
Yeah,
expand. You know that.
yeah.
But
And I'm only saying that to say YouTube does control that stuff.
Mhm.
They make it seem like like I think Jason Black mentioned this. YouTube has 100% control over the growth of everybody's channels, over the
Mhm.
promotion of everybody's channel. They
Mhm.
I follow like content creators that go in that show you like, tips and stuff like that about thumbnails and whatnot. They always say, well, YouTube, it just works off an algorithm. It's not racial. It's not that. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that, because I click on one black feminist channel. And next thing I know, I got a whole list of channels in the recommendation. It's recommended.
Exactly.
I clicked
Mhm.
to do a review. I clicked what's her name, Cynthia G. I watched one of her videos one time just to do a review. Cynthia G, all over my timeline, recommended, and all of her like the people who make content like her recommended. I'm like, I'm sitting up there unrecommend. Now we make content on the regular basis and we don't get recommended at all. We got to make content, and then we got to share it through other social media because people ain't gonna see it on the YouTube timeline. So I'm not trying to hear, well, it's just the algorithm. It just pushes out to the people who want to see it. No, it don't. Because even if I saw that one time, I don't watch that type of content. So why are you flooding my timeline with this? But then the content that I do watch, you guys are trying to shadow ban that. So we already know YouTube being on that. YouTube been on that real heavy.
Mhm. Oh, definitely. Oh,
Yeah.
take it from somebody who goes through a quarterly shadow ban. Like I feel like I go through it like once every quarter. It's some videos that, like I said, that will get through and like really take off. Like I was telling y'all earlier about the Kenny
Yeah.
Zoo video, like that one. Like if I'm currently under shadow ban, but I would never know. But if I am, that's the one that broke through the algorithm, like, and it took off like a
Yeah.
rocket. Like it literally got like almost 30K views in like 2.5 to 3 days. So that's
Right.
what I would consider a really successful video, especially for the following that I do have. And and in some videos, like that they just don't move even when you think that they will do. And it's like I tell people all the time, when it comes to YouTube, I don't post the videos with the intent of them going viral, because you don't know which one is going to latch onto the algorithm. But some of them will do numbers. Like, for instance, with everything going on with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, if I was to just make a video like right after that verdict, like within an hour, that video would have took off, because that's what was driving the algorithm at that time. It's still in the algorithm right now because it's a trending topic. Anything to deal with the passing of a celebrity, that's going to take off. Anything that's in the news that like literally is a big story at the time is going to take off. Like, for instance, I remember when at the beginning of the year, Regina King's son had committed suicide, and I had did a video about it because it was a breaking story. And the thing is, it was outside of the time that I would usually upload videos, which is 10, 2, and 6. It was early in the morning where most of my subscribers would probably be asleep. I just did that video and posted it, and it was like at 1 in the morning. And that video, by the time I went to sleep and woke back up, that video had almost 10,000 views. Oh, like literally in a matter of hours, because it was a big story at that time. So it's like if you get something that's a big story and you get it like right then and there, it's going to take off. Same thing when it comes to reaction channels. Whenever they drop a new trailer for something and people jump onto it, even if you don't have a lot of subscribers, the algorithm is going to lump you into all those reactions, and that's going to drive views to your channel, even if people have never paid attention to your channel before. So it's all about catching something almost as soon as it happens or within that particular time frame. If you don't catch it in that time frame, and you'll be lucky maybe that people will catch on to it, because it could be the title can bring them in, or the thumbnail. Like for instance, there's a video that I'll be uploading premiere style, of course, at 6 p.m. talking about a 10-year-old boy who murdered his mother because she didn't buy him a VR headset.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like valued at like $500. Now this story happened happened towards the beginning of the month, but it was updated a few days ago. So even though I'm a little bit late on the story, thankfully I caught on to that update. But it was also a story that really didn't get pushed out there like that as far as a major news story, unless you lived in that area. But like I said, like when I stay, like for also too, like with the Brett Favre, situation, because they don't want to like keep talking about it, and like the more they try to keep that out the news, the more less views that you'll probably get talking about it. But that's not going to stop me from talking about it, because it's something that needs to stay in the news, because they keep trying to give him so much cover. I literally look up something about Brett Favre every other day just to see if something new came out about him.
Mm.
And thank you for staying on our story, because
yes, sir.
I'm not letting that go. I am not letting that go. Like I said, I created a whole playlist behind it. Oh, that's another thing. Create playlists. If y'all don't, that's something that I used to not do, but I'm so glad that I did, because it keeps everything organized, and if people want to go back and watch those videos again, I literally have a playlist for all my series of videos. Of course, the Triple P's, the Bed Bucking videos, the Blacarian videos, the Sundown series videos, the one I made for Brett Favre, that has his own playlist. So like definitely, have a playlist for us, like your videos, especially if it's a series of videos. If they're just one-off videos, you don't have to create a playlist for that. But if it's like a consistent cycle of videos that line up with the same type of thing within content, then definitely create playlists for that.
Yeah. And YouTube's pissed off when we break that algorithm, right? They be in their offices like this.
That Family Matters.
They be so upset. That's why when I did that Jamaican girl video, man, I was surprised. I got like 10,000 in like a few days. I was like, Jesus. But I didn't want to do hate content like that.
Yeah.
And then
it's crazy because I literally like the thing is, it's so much content that you could honestly do if you really wanted the views like that. But it's like, I'm not that desperate, to go and take my channel in that direction, because I don't want to lose the audience that I gained organically, and then I get a bunch of people that I don't want around here, and they start replacing the ones that I need to be here to help build up my channel to where it is right now.
Right. And also with playlists, you can see the progression of that YouTuber.
Almost definitely.
Yeah,
that's the thing. There's been, and that's one of the things I've been saying a lot, because we can make content about celebrities, but and we do to a degree. When we talk about celebrities, we talk about them from the angle of how this affects Black people, or from the angle of like Black empowerment and everything. We're not out here. Chris Brown was caught cheating on his we don't really, even though we know that's gonna get a lot of views, even though we know that story would pick up. You see YouTubers, that's all what they do, and no diss to them, but that's what they do. And every time they do it, the story picks up and they get a lot of views. We don't do that because we have a goal for our channel. Our channel has a purpose. We're not just out here like, hey, I want a lot of views. Y'all hit my Cash App. Y'all hit my Patreon. We're not really out here on that. We have a goal for the channel. There's a purpose for the channel. Now, we do want the views because, of course, that helps the growth of the channel. Exactly. I mean, yeah, so we do want that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like if we made a video and it only got 20 views, we're going to be disappointed. We're going to be pretty disappointed. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it's for an overall, like, for instance, I did a story about 2 black boys who passed away in a fire because the firefighters left them in the house while the house was burning. They said they checked the house and they didn't check the house. And it was 2 little black boys and they were left in there and they didn't make it out in time and they inhaled so much smoke that when they got to the hospital a few days later, they both passed away. They were 12 and 8 years old.
I think I heard about that.
Wow, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's tragedy. I knew that story was not going to pick up. I'm all like, if these were like famous kids, if these were like a celebrity's kids, then that story would pick up. Yeah. I knew for a fact a lot of people probably have not heard of this story. The lamestream media is not pushing this story out. This story is probably not going to get a lot of traction, but this story still needs to be told. So I told it anyway. Because it's a goal to the channel. It's a purpose to the channel. So even with the Mason, Tennessee thing that the collab me and Torian did, Mason, Tennessee, we knew that's not like a hot thing, not but outside of Twitter. That's not really like a hot story like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there is still a purpose for it. You know what I'm saying? It's still a goal to it. We're looking at this for a bigger cause than us just getting a lot of attention and clicks and views and stuff.
Yeah. And I found something else too, is that like my breakdown videos or like any video that I do based off of something I may have seen on Twitter, those do very good as well, because it's not a lot of times they aren't attached to mainstream stories. A lot of the times that's just something coming off the dome. I'm not reading anything. I'm really giving my opinion based off of something that somebody else has said that I most likely didn't agree with. So I think that the algorithm likes that too, because it's my own thoughts. Like, I mean, I get my own thoughts when it comes to different stories and whatnot, but I'm not reading an article and then giving my thoughts. I'm literally coming up with my own thoughts on every single thing. Another thing that y'all should also do, because this is something I do periodically, is post short videos. Like, you know, they got the YouTube shorts thing where like the videos are like less than a minute long. Like I post those every now and then, because sometimes some stories don't need, or some things don't need a long form opinion or a long form to it. And a lot of the times those shorts videos are just like me like giving like small takes on certain things, but mainly it's almost like a I guess you can say like it's a freelance thing where it's not attached to anything controversial. It's just me like communicating verbally with my audience. One of my most popular one that I did wasn't even me talking. It was when I went to Hershey Park back in August and I was recording just a 15-second clip of a roller coaster. That video literally got like 5,000 views in an hour, just of a 15-second clip of a roller coaster.
Wow.
Like that blew my mind how fast the numbers went up on that. And, you know, so I post like the little, you know, shorts videos every now and then, because like I said, everything doesn't need a long descriptive narrative of whatever it is that you're talking about. And, you know, one of my shorts videos that I did, I'll give y'all an example, was when I was asking black women what is their obsession with Target. That didn't need a long video of me asking that question. I said, what is y'all obsession with Target? Because I just wanted to know like what the response was. And it had a lot of traction. Like a lot of black women, you know, said why they like Target so much, more so why they like going to Target over Walmart. So, and that was another way of me getting to know the women who are subscribed to my channel.
Big facts.
There's a lot, and also remember too that I think it's February. We can start monetizing our shorts.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be something else we can do with that.
And
No,
shorts,
even if it's like a positive message.
And shorts videos can do some I said some serious numbers. Like I've seen people who have grown their channels just off of shorts alone. Like they'll get more views on their shorts videos than their long videos, and that's because we live in a era where the attention span is very short. So a lot of people like when you get straight to the point.
Big facts.
So yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. I still can't believe that I from a 15-second clip of a roller coaster did those kind of numbers. But I think what helped too is because of the hashtags that I used and because it was in the summertime. So people are looking for those type of videos. Oh, it's like a roller coaster, and it's like free advertisement for the park. Because Hershey Park didn't give me a check. I wish they did, but they didn't.
But Hershey Park, remember, Hershey Park had that whole. Wait, no, I'm sorry, that was Sesame Place. What happened to Sesame Place? Why we shut down Sesame Place?
I forgot all about that until you just said it with
shout out to Rosita.
Yeah, that was a moment right there. Like, and black people was on these mascots ass at these different parks. I remember it was what park was it? Was it Disney World? I think it was Disney World where it was I forgot what characters it was. I think it was from Toy Story.
Yeah, it was Woody.
Yeah, it was like Woody from Toy Story, something like that, and like the kids was right there, and one of them was like dancing and like attending to the other kids. They had tapped Woody on the shoulder and said, "Come over here to the black kids, because we ain't trying to deal with what they dealt with at Sesame Place." So black people had like some of these theme park. Well, they had Sesame Place shook for a good month behind that because they was afraid of losing money, and I think they did lose some revenue behind that, and they tightened up and they got their act together, and once they got some straightening, we ain't hear about no incidents ever since. And I think other parks around the establishment got the memo as well. Of course, you had some people who tried to get upset and say, well, you know how people get. They had to try to turn something like this and flip it on itself of what it actually was.
What about the white kids that didn't get high fives? Okay, the white kid didn't get a high five. What's the problem?
Yeah, like out of 20 white kids got a high five, one of them didn't. Right. And that's the one that didn't have their hands up. Their hands was in their pocket. But like, I didn't high five him. Yeah, that's because his hands is in pocket. But what's funny is, remember their excuse? Oh, in those big costumes, it's just hard to see, and it's so difficult to see.
Exactly. I remember that.
Everybody's seeing now. Everybody like, oh, we're just missing the black kids because it's just hard to see. It's easy to see the white kids. It's just hard to see. It's not a race thing. It's just difficult to see. You've never been in one of those costumes. Oh, everybody can see now, though, right?
Right.
You don't got no vision problem.
Yeah, we didn't see Rosita go like this. We didn't see her do that, right? Okay. Shout out to the agitators of peace. Shout out to them. But family, it's about that time to go into Twitter things. But before we go into Twitter things, the giveaway. So remember, if you put in KGB earlier, you have been entered in the giveaway for $50 worth of merch and free shipping on me, because I'm nice like that. Don't say Kid Gravity B, I never gave you anything. So I got 4 names here. I'm going to pick one at random. And that person, please DM me on Twitter or kidgravitybeyond@gmail.com with your shipping information, and we will get that sent out to you. I will send you the code and you can go in there and shop. So, name, let's see. Should I do what's that rhyme? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Should I do that?
You know what you should have did? You should have did the Wheel of Names.
The Wheel of Names?
It's like a
the Wheel of Names.
The Wheel of Names, yeah. And that way you can put everybody who's in the chat there and then spin it and then let it pick it like that.
Yeah. Well, when I learn OBS, I'll be able to do that more, because that's going to be my thing for 2023. I kind of want to get away from like StreamYard and stuff. Just want to do OBS and just link it to YouTube. But okay, here we go. Okay, I picked the name. So this person that's going to get somewhat of a happy holiday will be Evelyn Exum. Evelyn Exum, congratulations. You are the winner of the giveaway. So like I said, DM me on Twitter or kgravitybeyond@gmail.com, and I will send you out the promo code and you can go shop to your heart's delight.
Another one before we go forward. Another highlight for me this year was getting and reading the Black Bible, the ISIS papers.
Yes,
that was another huge highlight for me this year, and I was so glad. I was like, that literally took me 25 days. I think it was 25 days. No, I mean no, it had to be more than that. It took me about a month to get through that book, but it was a month well spent, and I was glad that I was able to come online and do my own little live review of that book. Let me tell you, that book is a life changer. It really is. If y'all have not read that book, I would highly suggest that you do. Shout out to the Queen Mother, one of them, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, for writing such an eye-opening piece of literature. Probably one of the best books I have ever read in my life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you can't buy the hardcover, it is in the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, because I have it on my iPhone. So it's readily available. So, you know, for Torian, when he's on the green line, he could just whip his out. But if you're on the green line down in the DMV or the red line in Chicago, you know, just pull it up on your phone.
Wait, if you in them places, you got to keep your head on a swivel because
yeah.
But Afro, you forgot to mention one of your highlights of the year, and I can't believe that you didn't mention it.
What was that?
It's almost like I want to hint it, but I mean, I might as well say it. The mumbo sauce.
Oh yeah. Oh, when he was fiending.
You was fiending for that mumbo sauce. You only had one swipe of it, and your life was forever changed. And that was applying to everybody who came to the rally and tried the mumbo sauce for the first time. Their lives are now different.
Very different.
I knew coming to the rally was I came mainly for the rally. Don't get me wrong, because some of y'all gonna be like, that's off code, Afro. Look, I came mainly for the rally, but I had some secret agendas. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had some secret agendas, and that mumbo sauce was a part of my secret agenda. I might have just came for the mumbo sauce. If they was all like, you know what, we ain't doing no rally, we're gonna push it back, I still might have just showed up.
We're gonna do a mumbo sauce crawl.
10 hours just for that mumbo sauce.
Now, did you get mumbo sauce mailed to you yet?
I have. Yes, I have.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yes, I have.
We about to go check on you. If you didn't get it yet, you might have been in the corner.
To be honest, and I almost got into it with Kid Gravity, because when he bought it, and he bought his bottle, and it was sold out. Okay, so he bought the last.
That wasn't my fault. I can't control that, brother.
He bought it to get at me. He bought it to mess with me.
You should have bought the bucket.
He bought that bottle because he knew how much I needed it. He bought that bottle to bother me. So I'm like, I thought we was B1, brother. That's off code. I wanted to hit him up like that was off code buying that bottle. Why did you do that?
No, what would have been off code is me doing a short video of me eating with the mumbo sauce.
Oh,
that would have been.
Okay, you made it because you had made the mumbo sauce and you had put it on the turkey.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving. Yeah, that actually came out pretty good.
And how? I was gonna say, how was that?
I shouldn't have put it back in the oven because it got sticky. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was still good, but I should have just finish cooking the turkey and then just leave it on there. But
this, y'all gonna send me into my mode again. See, this is what happened. This is what happened when he first bought the bottle of mumbo sauce. He was talking about all of these crazy things he was gonna do with the mumbo sauce. Mm-hmm. He was all like, mumbo sauce and milk, mumbo sauce and this. I'm like, no, that's abuse. It was like abuse. Like,
no, you know what? My next thing is, you know what? My next thing is gonna do. I'm gonna do it with granola. I'm gonna try to bake it with granola. See how that comes out.
Oh my
It might
God.
work. It might work.
No, that ain't gonna work. No, that ain't gonna work, fam.
He sounds like a mad
You sure?
scientist.
Why not? This is
He
what we
sounds like
do,
a mad
brother.
scientist with too many resources. I'm just gonna try everything.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to
don't
try.
know
Might
about-
as
I don't know
well.
about
I got
that.
an extra bottle. I might as well.
No, no.
Afro is now like the official gatekeeper of the mumbo sauce. Like he's telling
Now,
you
wait,
what you can
Afro, which one
and
did you
cannot
get?
put on it.
You said, well, when I bought the first bottle, that was like the national mumbo sauce. I think that was. That's
What,
like, I
Capital
think
City?
that's like the most famous one.
Yeah, you
Capital
probably got
City?
the capital city.
Yeah, the capital city. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
that one, and that was mild. And then the other big bottle that Torian recommended, that was I got that mild too.
Oh, Uncle Andy's?
Because spicy was sold out because of y'all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
No, first off, hey, 007 Spidey, you didn't put pause in this. I don't eat sauce.
Well, yeah, that's a sister. That's a sister. So you know.
Oh, that's a sister. Sorry, I don't eat a sausage. So nah, that's a no go for me.
Listen, see now
And,
he's not gonna put it on sausage, but he's gonna mix it with granola. 007, do you hear
with
that?
the granola? What's the problem with the
007, do you
granola?
hear that?
I might do something. Hey, listen, that's for them white folk down there with Torian at. You know, they always trying to look for something. You know, white folk eat granola.
I mean, I'm sure they eat granola, but I doubt they. I don't know because I don't know what they'll put
listen,
on it.
If they gonna sit up there and put Wonder Bread in a pan with eggs and then go bake it, why wouldn't I just put granola?
Oh wow! What the hell is that?
You messing up when you got the white folks looking at you weird.
I'm mad y'all tried to.
Like, oh my God.
I'm mad y'all try to play Spidey. I said Spidey is definitely not a sister. That is a brother. I know
is
this
a brother.
because he has come up on my panel a few times.
Oh, AK Sour God. That's what it says. Unicorn.
Oh, word.
Yes.
Why would you think that 00 Spidey was?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that was B-Zilla. He might be confused. And this one,
He gonna
AK Sour
unsubscribe.
God.
He went to your channel.
No.
This is the one. This is the one that got writing on the back. I have the definition of unicorn on the back, so you can get that in the merch store as well.
Unicorn. Yeah. No offense, 007 Spidey, because no, there's a couple spider names out there, so you know that's what I thought that was. My bad.
Yeah, but family, let's get to the fun since y'all here. And yeah, I know we mentioned him before, so we gotta do it.
Insult to my existence.
Somebody mentioned the aid package he's sending over there to Ukraine.
Oh,
do it.
Oh, yeah.
I had to do it. I had to do it for the folk. But let's get into Twitter things, and this one's gonna be big because this was 2 weeks. This was 2 weeks of videos and posts that I found very engaging. So we're gonna have some fun. Let's get into it. All right, y'all know how we do on Twitter things. We put up videos and posts that I've curated during the week, and it's either going to be funny or thought-provoking. But since we are all together, and shout out to Black Alpha, I put a special folder together called On Code Stream. So let's get into it and see what I curated over the week. Now let's start here. Now this is a race, family.
I saw that video.
Yeah, this is a race, family. And this young lady lost her shoe. And when she lost her shoe, let's see how she did when she lost her shoe.
She ran out her shoe.
She was so quick, she ran out the shoe.
Go to Leia. Go Leila. Go Leila. Go Leila. Let's 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 go to Leia. Come on, mama. Let's go to Leia. Let's go to Leia. Let's go to Leia. Let's go to Leia. She ran Let's go. She lost her shoe and her.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I remember
Lost her
seeing that.
shoe.
I saw that video a couple months ago.
Yeah, lost her shoe and still won.
Mm-hmm. She practically gave them. She
Salute
practically gave
to
them
that young lady.
She practically gave them an unexpected head start. Now, just imagine had she not came out her shoe.
Oh, she would have smoked them.
Yeah, like they would have still been at the starting line, and she would have been at halfway through the finish line.
She would have been doing the post game conference. She would have been the post game news conference after while they crossing the finish line.
Right.
All right, y'all gonna like this one for all the brothers out there. Y'all gonna like this. Get some.
The fact that he's 70 and did that and landed like that. First off, because some people's knees are like bad at half his age. And he landed and he planted his landing knowing he was risking it all right there. Like that was either going to be a soft landing or a landing towards some type of emergency room. But I mean, you know, even if he was hurt and he didn't let it show, was that his son? Was that was
his son? He just came. Yeah, he just came home from the military.
Yeah, he said, "Bump this." He said, "I'm going to come to you. I'm not walking down the steps.
Yeah,
I'm going to come, you know, to you."
Well, y'all want to see it again? All right, AKA Talkz saying you want to see it again. We're gonna play it again. Get some. Get some. Get some. And he got on Crocs.
I don't like Crocs, but shout out to him though.
He jumped over there in some Crocs.
And you can tell he couldn't wait because it's all how he got up out of the chair. He ran up out of his chair and almost stumbled to put down whatever was in his hand.
Hey,
and the funny thing
I understand it though.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
No, I understand it. You know, especially with a son in the military, especially he's on active duty where there might be harm, and your only child, or either your firstborn, you know, either child is coming home and you've seen them all in one piece. As a father, hey,
I like those videos.
Today's a good day.
Yeah.
I like those.
Funny?
I like those type of videos.
You know what's funny, Torian, that you said that earlier about the algorithm? I just found that video on YouTube. I just been getting a whole list of those now. I just been watching all the black ones though.
Yeah, I like those videos. It's actually a YouTube channel that I came across where they highlight black parents with their children, more so like if they have like toddlers or newborns, some if they have like preteens, and there's a set of videos that they have where they highlight black fathers with their daughters, and I swear it's like some of the best videos that I will watch. Like I could watch one video and then before you know it, I've watched like 100 in like an hour. Like those videos are so refreshing to watch, especially since there's always this stigma about black fathers. And then when I look at the video and I look at the comment section and people are like, that's exactly what we need, what needs to be shown, especially when you have a black father who has a daughter, because they always say daughters definitely need their fathers, you know, in their life. So that's always something that's very refreshing to see.
What happened, Beatzilla? Don't tell me they starting to mess with you over here now.
I say, first off,
go ahead.
That's a beautiful sight to see, and that's a sight that we need to start seeing more. And I'm glad that we're seeing the trend, because years ago, not long ago at all, we were told that black fathers just pretty much don't care about their kids. It was always, well, black. If you're black, you're a deadbeat dad. Black men don't care about their children, and now we're seeing this overwhelming public show that that's not the truth. That black dads are here. Black dads are involved in their children's lives from a young age to when they're an adult. You know, black dads are very much involved in both their sons and daughters' lives. So that's a great, beautiful thing to see, that love and affection. Not saying that, you know, it's not important from the mother, but it's important from the father, because we've been told so much that the dad's not there, and society tries to keep the dad away. So you know what I'm saying? So it's such a good thing to see that narrative being countered. So
I would absolutely have to agree.
Kid Gravity, you are muted.
yeah, you're muted. You're muted, Key Gravity.
Yes. So all y'all can see, there go the baby cool. So for all those women that say that black men don't take care of their kids, here's one right here. Say, tell them the line one time. Thank you. All right, go eat your gingerbread house.
I think with her wearing the mask, that's what makes it funnier.
Oh no, I'm not putting her face on camera. No.
Yeah.
Understandable.
No.
Already.
Nah, not yet. Not till she's fully on code. She's not quite there yet. But y'all gonna like this. Bro. She's not quite there yet. But y'all gonna like this.
Oh shit! The gingerbread man about to come. He be turning me up, bro. With the gingerbread man, Dad, get that shit. Get that shit. He really be turning me up. My fault. Go ahead. My fault. He be turning me up and shit. I really fuck with the gingerbread man. Oh, yo, the gingerbread man gonna pop up right there, and he gonna be dancing. There you go. I told y'all. There you go. There you go. Turn me up. I told y'all. Oh, shit, you ain't too. You ain't too. Oh, shit. Y'all ain't turning me up, bro. Oh, God. Yo, I brought my mother to see she don't believe it. She don't think he gonna come. I brought her to see him. Watch when he come. You think I'm lying? Watch. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. There you go. I told you. There you go. He right there. He right here. He come. I'm not gonna.
Like, he found a lot of joy in that.
Yeah.
You would, like, his inner child literally came all the way through from seeing the gingerbread man do a little dance.
God.
That he brought all his friends and his mother to come bask in that joy.
For real though.
First off, as cool
For
as the
real.
gingerbread man was, what made the video is his reaction. What made the video was the fact that he loved it so.
Yeah,
that's what made it for me. I mean, this man.
That's my man.
But
we got another one.
The gingerbread man. Okay.
We got another one. Y'all gonna like this one. This one was the funniest one out of them.
Yeah. I'm telling you, yeah. Oh shit. He right here. I'm telling you, he gonna come. I think he waiting for you. He about to come, cuz. GB about to come. He coming right now, cuz. I wouldn't lie to you. If I tell you a lie, look, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, there you go. Oh shit.
And the workers in this store are probably like, what in the world? Why does he keep bringing all these people to this aisle?
Yeah, what's up with this dude?
Right, they're not coming, and they all just all geeking out like right now. Like, what's so funny in this aisle? But you know what? I'm glad videos like this exist, because this is a side of Black men that society does not show, and that's the side of them just allowing themselves to just have fun. Because we always have to say or show Black men in a very serious position. Again, going back to them saying, oh, that's toxic masculinity and all types of stuff like that. If Black men were able to really have a position where they can do this more freely without the feeling of being judged, you would see more of this. This could become some of the norm. But because society has put, again, like Black men into a box that they can only be compartmentalized into, that's why you don't see stuff like this. So this was very refreshing to see. This is actually a good holiday video too, because it's a gingerbread. It's literally just the simplest thing, something that you would think kids would get excited over. You have grown men getting excited over. This one guy literally brought his friends to come and watch this video. Then he brought his mother. Then he brought his other friends just to come to this one aisle to look at a dancing gingerbread man.
I mean,
it's so like
that
it's almost
gingerbread was
like
hitting it though. I'm looking at it. That gingerbread is doing his thing.
You know what this remind me of? You know what this also
man cook.
You know what this also remind me of? Remember when It Chapter 1 came out in 2017 and it was doing that dance and it became a meme and black people was literally imitating that dance and they threw like different beats on it. That's what this reminds me of. One thing I will tell you this, that's why I always keep telling you, black people are the trendsetters of the world, because we will find some of the most smallest things like that and turn it into something very extracurricular.
Facts.
That's true. That's
And
true.
it-
Because nobody would have thought to do that but him.
Right.
Nah. But you
Well,
know,
I
some
will
African
say-
gonna try to remix that. It's gonna be so bad.
I will say and first off, I love the fact that that's completely, you can tell that is organic. Like, you know, some trends, like with people be like, some trends you like, okay, that was staged, that's fake, that's staged. You can literally tell by his reaction and the people's reaction looking at him, like, no, that is 100% organic. This man is really like geeking out at the soda aisle at Walgreens or wherever he's at. Like, this man is really having a good time. I love the video he was with his mother, and he was all like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, he missed it. Like, he thought like on, you know how
he thought it wasn't gonna
1,
come.
2, 3, and he was like 4, 5, 6,
7, 8.
I'm like, you missed the count, bro. You missed the count.
Yeah. And of course there were people in there hating on him. So you know what we gotta say. Let him cook. But that man cooked. But you know, you can't always have something entirely positive. Somebody's got to come in and shit on the parade. But they got
right.
Yeah, but you know, we're not gonna dismiss my man's joy. That's what it is.
No, he was finding some serious enjoyment out of that, you know, whatever it was. Maybe it just took him to a point of his childhood, you know, where he was like the little 2-year-old playing with something, and maybe that took him right back there, I guess. As giddy as he was over that thing.
Shout out to that man. All right, Tori, we're gonna go to your favorite state. Well, your favorite state. We know you love California, but we're gonna go down to Florida. Florida going Florida, folks, and white people going white people. I'm gonna be whatever. I can always trim the segment out. We got to do this video
last
family.
night, only in Broward.
They really did this. So for those who can't really see, those are dominatrix.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, council peoples. You may call me mistress. I am here standing neutral to the motion approving an agreement for the proprietary purchase of yard waste processing and disposal. I do, however, find it interesting that you will spend almost $1 million to hide your secrets down the drain. Hiding that condom I know you used to cheat on your spouse with. So I propose that you use $25 of that mill to support doms and subs in Broward County, to build a dungeon created for us by us, the taxpayers and voting citizens. In closing, do not let this glamorous look distract you from doing your duty to take my demand. I look forward to spanking each and every single one of you at the new esteemed dungeon. You are dismissed.
Okay, thank you. And happy holidays to you. Anyone else wish to speak? There being none,
City manager, are there any districts that have a dungeon?
Not that I know of.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Thank
I
you.
thought there was one at the Sapphire.
No, please.
I know
But
there were a
thank you.
couple of proposed clubs of a variety of natures from a couple of years ago. I thought they were mostly in District 2, though.
Mostly, we have a lot of things going on in District 2, but no, I don't think we have any dungeons. But well, there you go.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve CP3?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second, but not for the dungeon.
Spence second.
Commissioner Herbst?
Yes.
Commissioner Glassman?
Yeah. Shout out to Florida.
First
Florida
off,
gonna
let me just ask, what in the Grace Jones was that? Like literally, when I saw her that one walking in with the ponytail, the first thing that came to my mind was Strawn J from Boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
And she was walking around in the office, flinging her thong around in people's faces and talking about afterbirth. One of my favorite scenes in that movie. As a matter of fact, any scene Grace Jones was in Boomerang was my favorite scene. But yeah, that was very, very weird. And you know how the people on the panel, they really didn't care. They thought it was a joke. You know how? Because usually if they wanted to sidebar, they would mute the mic and then whisper over each other. They literally spoke into the mic to the people about what they just got up there and talked about. They thought it was a joke. One guy almost like broke character for a little bit and almost laughed. Like me, I would have been the one to laugh in their face while they were standing up there. Then the guy said, okay.
Yeah, let's vote.
I know damn well if I was up there, the second they walked up, I'm like, ooh, I'm about to fire security. How did you get get up there? And you know what's funny? You know how I know that's 100% real and organic? Because it's in Florida. Because that's Florida, I believe that. Yeah, that probably. Yeah, I'm sure
that was
like
that
happened.
You better know it.
You know, Florida going Florida.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like I had saw like clips of it throughout the week, but I never stopped to watch it because I'm like, this looks too weird. Let me just gloss over. So this, when you played it just now, this is my first time hearing it in its entirety, and I'm after listening to it, I'm glad I skipped over it. I don't even want to come across this again.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm gonna say one thing though. I'm gonna say one thing about old girl. She was talking like she got some dirt on somebody. She was talking like she knew something about somebody. She was just too confident for me. She was talking like one of them people in them chairs went into her dungeon one of them times. She was talking like she knew a little bit too much. I don't know. She came up there real confident, saying what she had to say it, and then bounced, completely left. I'm like,
great point.
I don't know. Somebody gonna be once the cameras is off, like, hey guys, I think we should consider what she has to say.
She got the pictures.
Look, me, like me and my wife are going through a hard time right now.
Damn.
But yeah, that's Florida for you. Shout out to Brother Marcel for retweeting that. Okay, family, we got to talk about white people. Remember what I mentioned about the eggs and the Wonder Bread in the oven? Yeah, white people said they're gonna have to go. We're gonna up that ante. Who's drinking from this? Who's drinking this? Spare you.
That's the kitchen sink.
Yeah,
that is a big kitchen sink.
That's a no. No. Oh wow. Oh wow.
I got something to say after this video is done because I see what they're trying to do.
I'm probably gonna get hit for copyright on this, but I don't care.
As long as it's a claim and not a strike, you will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get this every week. What?
And they said this is a life hack.
How is this?
Huh? Wait a minute. Did they throw gift ribbons on there?
Yes, they did.
Got an endless supply of a delicious holiday drink. You can decorate.
Nobody's drinking.
Go ahead,
that.
Torian.
But let me just, I don't know if y'all have ever
Wow.
heard of this Instagram account called the Tipsy Bartender.
Yes, I know him well.
That is what I think she was trying to recreate and failed at it. Because he be making all different kinds of different concoctions, but at least his actually looks like something you might indulge in. That, no. She, like, I was already lost when she were at the sink, but she threw gift ribbons. She threw gift ribbons in there. Like, what was the point? And then when you scooped it up, you didn't even have the gift ribbon on top of the drink.
Yo, Afro is so disgusted right now. He's so disgusted.
I'm just up there looking. I was scrolling through and I did see that, and I saw the thing. I'm just now realizing that that's a sink. When I saw the thing, it like I was scrolling through, I guess too fast, so it looked like a cooler to me. And people do that in coolers all the time. So I'm looking like, you know, I didn't think much of it, but I'm like, is that a kitchen sink? Did you really just use your kitchen sink?
She's a sink
for that, and you poured it in there, and then why? I've never seen cinnamon. You throwing cinnamon in ribbon bowls, and what is you doing? Like, I don't know why it is that white people want to cook with stuff that you shouldn't just be cooking with. Like, I don't know what it is that they want to turn every item in their house into a cooking utensil. And they call it life hacks.
Yeah, that's what got me to call it a life hack.
It's not
more
no
like
life
the
hack.
end of my life hack.
Oh, I don't know.
And then even stir it all the way. Like when she stirred it with that spoon, I'm like, I know that spoon did not get to the bottom of that sink. It only got like halfway through.
You know what would have taken me out if she used her hand to stir it?
Oh, hey, don't give him no ammo because she would have did it.
Yeah.
Yuck. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
That's the Siberian Christmas cocktail right there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say, family, it's the holiday season. There's gonna be a lot of cookouts at the job. There's gonna be a lot of everybody potlucks and all that stuff. A lot of potlucks. Family, look, y'all, this is how these people cook at their house. I'm just letting you know. Or they come home like, Jamal, you're gonna love this. I made it especially for you. And you don't know where they made that or what they made with that. They be trying to make everything into a cooking utensil. They be using a like TV remote to stir stuff. Like you don't
and don't even like to use tongs. I'm like, it's like you can be rolls right there on the table and the tongs are sitting right next to the rolls. Just grab the tongs and get the roll that you want. Oh no, that's too much. I'm gonna grab it with my hand, knowing your hand is gonna touch the one next to it, or below it, or above it.
What about the kitchen mop? What about the kitchen mop when they do their barbecue? Like the actual kitchen mop they use.
I've seen that. They dip the mop in sauce and then they use the mop to spread the sauce.
Like I get it, but
disgusting.
I get it, but then I don't get it. I did see somebody use one of them big ass sponges before, like the ones you use to clean your car with.
No, just no. I don't care if it's never been used, and that's the cleanest sponge. That's the cleanest mop.
You don't want no fuzz on your ribs.
It is just the principle for me.
It's certain things that should go certain places. The sponge should be used to wipe off a countertop or maybe a sink or something like that. A mop is used for the floor. You should not be using stuff like that when it comes to your food.
Yes, sir.
That's just the way that it is.
Yeah. All right. So next video. This little girl, cute little girl, she got bullied. Her sister taught her how to beat a bully. Let's see how she accomplished this.
You're a very beautiful little girl, okay? And you're very sweet.
What's her
and
name?
I told you about bullies and stuff. You got to stand up to them.
What's her name?
Paris, stop it.
The next day. Try not to tell Pierce that girl name, but she went over to that girl, and she tapped her and said, "Don't put your hands on my sister no more." And I would do it again.
Paris, okay. Oh my gosh. And you got the girl name, Paris? What was her name?
Stormy. And I showed her the storm.
Paris, you know what, y'all? Bye. I was gonna tell you what happened.
I ain't gonna hold you, family. Why do these two look like Chloe and Haley Bailey?
Oh, that's too funny, sir. And I showed her the storm.
Hey, I mean, she got her sister back, so that's good. They bonding early, you know, at an early age, so you know when they get older, it's gonna be a wrap. Like they gonna be handling them. Like they may be tag team. They might be the next tag team champions in WWE. You never know. Like somewhere down the line. Okay. And then we're gonna look back on this video. Isn't that the girl that talked about Storm?
Yeah, Stormy. Who named their daughter Stormy? But all right, let's move down. Shout out to Rilla Perry. Shout out to Rilla Perry.
Hold on, can we pause this? Can we? I just gotta say this, to the black parents, because y'all be doing it too much. To the black parents, I know we like to be unique. I know we're very creative. Please give your children names that will fit well in society. When I found out the rapper Gorilla, when I found out that her real name is Gorilla, I said to myself, and I thought for a few minutes, I just put my phone down. I thought for a few minutes, I'm all like, why would you name your daughter Gorilla? How do you think that was going to turn out in society? Like, please listen, naming your kids like your Kanye West gotta stop. That's got to stop, please.
No, leave that for white people. Gwen Stefani called her son Apple.
Her real name, AK. Her real name is Gorilla. Her real name is Gorilla, for real. Gorilla is her. She said it too. You can look up. Her real name is Gorilla.
Wow.
Hey, do y'all remember that it was a picture that went around? It was on like around social media, and it was a lady. It was a black woman. She was being interviewed, and you know, like when they interview some people, sometimes they'll put their name up there, and they'll say how they're associated with whatever the case is. And her name was Erica, but how she spelled it, it was AIRWERCKA, Erica, but she pronounces it Erica. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. Why? You mean to tell me you wanted her name to be so uniquely spelled that you just couldn't spell it the regular way, ERICA, or replace the C with a K? You just had to be completely different and spell her name Erica.
Hell, make the I a Y.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Yes, Afro's right. Black parents, please name your kids regular names. Please do that. But shout out to Rilla Perry. Shout out to Rilla Perry. We got this video for all you dog lovers.
You better mute that.
Yeah. So for those who are not understanding, this man hurt his ankle and his dogs are cooking him.
Oh, they mocking him. They like, you gotta hop on. You gotta hop on one leg. We got these we got 4 legs, but we gonna imitate you. His dogs are shady, and he got huskies too.
Super hilarious.
He damn.
Yeah. All right, that next one, that was cool. The next one I cannot play because it has nudity, so I can't play that.
Why you got that bookmark?
No, because I wanted to use it and show my wife. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't judging.
Here we go.
That was very risky.
Very risky. And his people are over there. They You know what they say, you die doing what you love.
And look at what the comment said. It said, "This is why women live longer than men."
Yeah, that's true. Somebody in the comments said that her name was Gloria. Her name is not Gloria. Her name is Gorilla Zoe. Gorilla Zoe. So that I just Googled it.
Yikes.
That's her
And
full
see,
name.
and the thing is, I can't deal with alligators or crocodiles when they're on land because they move faster on land than they do in water. And a lot of people don't realize that. You see how fast they move to get into that water? Imagine if it ran the other way. Like, you will be running for your life because they already have an advantage of having 2 extra legs, and they're closer to the ground. And when they got their sights on their target, they ain't stopping unless you manage to get out of their sight, their line of sight, because of the way their eyes
you gotta.
are set
That's
up.
why you got to zigzag. They always tell you.
It's almost like a snake.
Zigzag.
Like with a snake, you got to zigzag like with a snake.
Yeah.
And I think that the people, when they deal with like alligators and stuff like that, they're so used to alligators like being in the water or by the water or whatnot, and they're used to seeing like gazelles and stuff like that. They'll dash real far from the water, and the alligator might not care to chase after. They might think that the alligator might not care to chase after you, but hey, if that alligator is hungry enough, that alligator would
snatch you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Gloria
and it's a wrap after that.
Who is it? Okay.
Yeah. When I saw goddamn alligator climb a fence, I said never again.
Oh man, they'll get you where they need to get you at.
Oh yeah, and I saw one climb a tree, so I was like,
yeah,
Florida, fuck you. I'm never going back.
Oh, Afro, yeah, like the people in the chat are correct. Her real name is Gloria.
Oh,
her full name is Gloria, but her middle name Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Like when in church when they say Hallelujah, that's her middle name, Hallelujah, and it's spelled just how it is. I say it in church, Hallelujah. That is her name, Gloria Hallelujah Woods.
Well, then she said the wrong thing on Twitter then, because she said on Twitter that her real name is Gorilla. So, and I'm looking it up as people are saying it.
Yeah, she might have
been. So
trolling.
I guess it was.
But
is that Kay Ivey? AKA the Quaker Oats sister, the Quaker Oats man sister.
Alabama's down bad this year, folks. Between Kay Ivey and Tommy Tuberville, Alabama's down bad, and Charles Barkley, they're down bad.
Big facts.
So let's play it. Let's play it. We need the sound on this.
We're getting a slight increase in the number of doses that we'll be getting to the state. They are
wow.
Excuse me, a slight increase in the number of doses that we'll be getting.
She burped like a dude.
Ooh,
that moonshine down there, boy.
Good Lord. Good grief, Granny. Gertrude off that moonshine, ain't she?
Oh man.
Ooh, that bourbon got her, don't?
Wow. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, so between Kay Ivey, Tommy Tuberville, and Alabama not being in the college playoff, and Charles Barkley, Alabama down bad this year, boy. But let's continue. Oh yeah, and y'all had Roland Martin in your state looking for white sauce during the rally for reparations. So yeah, y'all did not fare too well this year.
Didn't Roland Martin crash his truck or his van or something running away from Jason Black?
Yes,
Isn't that how that happened? I don't know how it happened.
When he left New Orleans.
Speed down to New Orleans.
Yeah. And then somebody trolled him and put up a picture of the crash van with Desaline and Lil Overture as spirits smiling. I wish I'd have kept that picture, but
and it's crazy because when I typed that into Google, one of the first articles came up. It says Roland Martin is begging for money to fix his struggle van.
Yeah.
And he was. That's funny. He went straight to the people. I need donations. You mean donations?
What you need donations for, bro? I thought you
I
was
thought
getting
you
all that
had it
YouTube
like that.
money.
Yeah, he black owned media.
Money.
Exactly. This is black owned media.
But then he be going on these platforms talking about if y'all would just invest in black owned media.
And he
I
always
could
got
do
to
what I
flaunt
need to
that.
do.
And he always got to flaunt that as black, media and whatnot. I'm like, okay, you can say it as many times as you want until you blue in the face, but it's not going to mean nothing.
Yeah.
Especially
in
coming from you.
In honor of Roland being brought up, we got to do it.
You are a triple coon. Dancing coon. Dancing.
Yes, and Flournoy, yes, his subs are bots. We know. Somebody actually did that too. Somebody broke down his channel and figured out that he don't be getting that revenue money like he think he be getting it. But let him do his thing. He'll probably have a massive stream when he hits 1 million subscribers,
in which only like 1,000 people might show up, if that.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And he'll just repurpose the video 17 times. You know how he does it. Well, let's get back to Twitter things. Fair use. Lord have mercy.
Oh.
Nothing.
Oh yeah, this is a beast.
She lied, and I should have known better when I seen her hair.
I got
Oh my Lord. Now she got we used to have this dude in my neighborhood in my city called Crazy Eugene back in the 80s, and his hairline was way back there. And the one thing that they always said about him is that he used to be like a real big rich pimp at one point in time. And you ever heard of the term slipped him a Mickey?
Yeah.
And after being slipped at Mickey, he proceeded to cut his hair all the way back like this sister's hairline right here. And that's what we known all my life as Crazy Eugene.
Stephen A. Smith is jealous right now.
Wow.
Man. Oh my.
She has a lot of confidence
No,
to walk out of her house like that.
She got that predator lineup.
To be honest, at this point, it would have looked better if she would have just took it all off.
Fact.
She could have said it was a personal choice. Been all like, I got some condition or some medical condition. She could have pulled the Jada Pinkett Smith thing.
Or like,
Now,
and after she do that, just get a wig.
Yeah.
Is she FBA?
She isn't.
She is not. No, she
I'm
is
even
not.
going off the hairline if she's FBA. The fact that she's stepped out of the house, like that's a normal thing to just be looking like.
She is not.
Yeah, she ain't from here. I don't know where she from.
All right. Who's ready to listen to the Biden of Brooklyn, aka the jerk chicken jackass?
What are you talking about today? And
Good
shout out,
old
to
Eric
Black Light,
Adams.
shout out to Black Light Revelations because he does a very good imitation of Eric Adams. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he does a very good imitation of him.
So the jerk chicken jackass Biden of Brooklyn is about to talk about the migrant crisis in New York. Where is the sound?
Of what we are up against. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to give the impression that this new influx is not going to impact our basic services. And so when you say which service, look at every service we provide. Every service we provide is going to be impacted by the influx of migrants in our city. It's going to impact education. It's going to impact the dollars we're using to clean our streets. It's going to impact our public safety. It's going to impact our helping those long-term New Yorkers who are in need. Every service, if you look down the list of services, I have to now go back to the drawing board already multi-billion dollars in deficit because of the pandemic. I have to return to the drawing board and now
Sir, there's a very simple solution to this. Very simple. Close the damn border.
It's
Not that
crazy.
hard, sir.
It's crazy.
It's not hard.
The thing that he's complaining about, he could easily fix, but you keep letting them in. You keep letting your problem fester. And now you want to get on your soapbox and complain. Well, that's your fault. You and Kathy Hochul formed up like Voltron and decided to let all these immigrants from all walks of life come into your state. And now it's an issue because you wanted to be greedy. But now you're realizing that you're seeing the small print in the con side of being greedy. Well, hey, I mean, that's on you. Now, you have to deal with this mess.
You spent $40 million building that migrant island when you could have spent $40 million to pay off some of these people's rent that don't have the income to do so. You could have invested that money into these neighborhoods that need the help. A lot of these businesses going under that are essential. Could have done that. No, you threw it at a problem because you wanted to be that guy. You wanted to be the Biden of Brooklyn. Now look, they talking about they might recall you next year, sir.
Which wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm pretty sure New Yorkers will probably say, you know what, we should have went with the racist white guy. Maybe we should have voted for Lee Zeldin because he did say day one he was going to declare state emergency on the crime. But no, y'all wanted the black man because the black man looks like you, even though he told you 7 times, I'm bringing back anti-crime, which brings back stop and frisk. But y'all didn't care about that now, did you?
Interesting.
About it in New York.
Have fun, New York. Have
Right.
fun.
That's your state.
And the one thing about
Not
that
no longer.
right. The one thing that dude has presented is really showing black folks like, okay, if you're gonna tell me that Joe Biden has changed, then there should be pushback from you recognizing what the difference is for the black Democrat voter. But they can't show you that, which also is a testament to Joe Biden never changing. Their mindset of him changed without him ever lifting a finger. But that being said, this whole thing going out there in New York, I've been warning folks for a long time. And hopefully New York can get this dude recalled next year because that would be in every New York citizen's best interest. And get you a new governor. And because, man, New York, the one reason why New York is so problematic is because it literally will be a dictating legislative cement block for the rest of the country, depending on what they're trying to push through. So as New York or California goes, so does the rest of the country. But man, with that being said, bro, we out here dealing with this treacherous weather, so I gotta get back out of here on the road, man. So I gotta leave y'all right now. But again, shout out to you, Kid Gravity, and thanks for having this space. Or not space, but having this live. Shout out to all of y'all that was here, all of my brothers, Tori and Rain, Afro Elite, and shout out to my brother Black Alpha. And everybody have a happy Aretha holiday or whatever you are celebrating, and be safe. So with that being said, shout out to y'all, man. Black first, brothers.
Black first.
B1, brother.
All right.
Before
Go ahead.
you continue, can I address a comment?
Go ahead.
In the chat room, Jay the Informant says, speaking of investing and allocating, Afro Elite did a great real estate show, and y'all should do more economic topics. First off, thank you I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And I do plan on doing more interview style because a lot of people love it when I do interviews. A lot of people love my interviews. I'm gonna make a whole playlist later on when I have time. It's a lot I gotta do. But that's why I've been trying to push to get to like 4,000 subscribers. If you guys have seen, I've been trying to push that because I want to do more interviews, bigger interviews. I want to have Sage is coming back. I want to have other music artists. I want to have more real estate agents. I want to have doctors on, lawyers on. I want to have those people on, but I want them to be on a reasonably sized platform. You know what I'm saying? So their message can really, really get out like that. So I want to thank you guys, and I want y'all to know get that in mind. That's the mission. So that's why I'm pushing for it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I also this year I did an interview with a brother who does HVAC. I know it doesn't have really to do with economics, but he's told me that's an industry right there that the brothers and sisters need to get into because there's jobs out there and they start you off nice. You talking about you get your certification, you could start doing 60, 70K just replacing heating units and ACs, things like that. Work for the corporations out here like Georgia Power. And then a few years you're in the six figures. And all you're doing is just going out doing tech work, just keeping the system running. So, yeah, we will make sure to do more economic topics. But let's continue. White people snitching on each other.
Or your wife is cheating. I don't know how you did not catch on. Your address is 1744. But every day when you leave for work, a Nissan parks 3 houses down, walks up the side of your house, goes in your back door. I'm assuming you don't have cameras back there? Okay, your wife is smart, but she is unfaithful. I'm going to walk this way, but I don't live this way.
24 hours later.
Hello? Hey, I just wanted to apologize for last night. I know I probably shouldn't have broke the news like that, but I had a few drinks.
Are you the guy that changed his Wi-Fi name to 1744 Wife is Cheating?
Yes, I thought I was being clever by using your address. I thought you'd catch on. It was stupid, but no, dude, she is cheating. Every time you go to work, I see this guy walk up the side of your driveway and go into your back door.
Okay, so you got a few things wrong there. The wife is the one that's actually driving and going to work, and the guy is for me. And yes, he does come in my back door.
Oh, wow! All right.
Whoa!
Fuck, my bad, dude.
Yeah. I mean, thank you though. Like, I really didn't have the courage, and this is actually life changing.
Hey, I'm very glad I could help, and I'm also sorry at the same time. All right, have a good one.
Well, that was a plot twist that I didn't see coming. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to the Pastor Oil Sheen. Shout out to Pastor Oil Sheen.
Hey, this man said he comes in the back door. He meant that figuratively and literally. Oh boy, like
yeah.
He says he comes in my back door.
See, that's what happens when you don't mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business.
That's true. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, let's continue. Shout out to another great YouTuber, Great Black Shark. Shout out to that brother. He always comes in with the knowledge, drops those fire live streams where he gets a lot of people to understand what's going on out here from a practical and literal sense. He posted something that I just had to include in this, and it got me heated. So y'all strap in and get ready because the tethers went in tethered again.
I can tell by the
y'all
thumbnail.
see that picture. Y'all saw
by
that
the
picture.
thumbnail.
Should I sit up back? Should I sit up front? Fuck no. Yeah. Because fuck these hoes. We was sitting in the back of the bus. To the front we go.
Please move to the back of the bus.
Oh my God.
I need that seat now. Please move back.
Miss Rosa.
If you can sit there on the bus and suppose you get off and into one of them.
Oh my goodness, bitch. We was not.
Okay. Okay. Regardless of how you feel about Rosa Parks and how she got to that position, one thing you don't do is disrespect. One thing you do is you don't disrespect. She's a legend. She's the reason why your stupid ass can walk in there and do what you did. And you got the unmitigated gall to disrespect her like that. Now, if I went to your home country and I don't know, pissed on one of your leaders, how do you think that would go over? Y'all would be looking to throw me in jail and cut my arms off. Because that's what y'all do. This is why y'all get called what y'all get called. And when people call you what you get called, y'all get upset and we laugh in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do things like this. You come somewhere, you have respect for what's going on there. You may not like the politics. You don't do things like this.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let y'all get it because she FBA. I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Well, I'm gonna say this. First off, there are some people who have differences of opinions on the I guess the method of her sitting at the bus and getting arrested and everything. But overall, it was a sacrifice. Okay, I want you guys to understand that this is during the civil rights movement. Going to jail as a black person during the civil rights movement is a thing that a lot of us don't understand the seriousness and the gravity of.
Mm-hmm.
That was not no small thing that she did. Her sacrificing herself was not a small thing that she did. That was a very dangerous thing, exactly, because she understands. She's a very intelligent woman. She understands that this might go south very quickly. This might have gone south for her very quickly. It could have been a thing where she could have been injured or even worse in that situation. But she made that sacrifice for the cause. Regardless of what you might think of that, that is a sacrifice that we all today benefit from. Whether you sit on the front of the bus or the back of the bus, the fact that you have that option is because of her sacrifice, is because of the sacrifices of her and the people who participated in the Montgomery bus boycott. And for you to sit here and for you to make it into a joke, for you to laugh and giggle like it's a game is very, very disrespectful and unappreciative.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people that come from these other nations, they claim to have so much pride in their nation and where they come from and everything. And we are very respectful of that. And even the accomplishments that they've made, even of some of the nations such as Haiti getting their independence and whatnot, we always acknowledge that. But then you'll come over here and disrespect our lineage and our culture. And when we push back, and rightfully so, then you try to get upset with us as if we aren't supposed to say anything. This was definitely very disrespectful, because I highly doubt any of those two chuckleheads on that on this mock bus would have even did an ounce of what Rosa Parks did in her time. That woman has more, or had more courage in her pinky toe than they do in their entire body. And I bet you a lot of them probably go and shop at these Asian-owned parlor stores. If they were to pop up in a video of them getting popped or held hostage by one of these Asian store owners, like they love to do, I wouldn't feel for them. I'd be like, that's what they get. You know, it is what it is. But like I said, it's the constant disrespect that they love to do and think that's just supposed to be okay, and that we're supposed to just let that fly. We're not letting anything fly. We nipping shit in the bud nowadays.
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna learn, man, when y'all nomads without somewhere to lay your head and all that disrespect, y'all gonna be coming over here saying, hey, can y'all help us out? No, you help yourself. Man, I wish there was a video of one of us over there disrespecting one of your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they can go visit the North Sentinel Islands.
I think that's just what the doctor ordered.
But I like how GBS called them tether winches.
Yes. But yeah, let's hit them with this. Let's talk about this.
管理这么长时间，应该是学到了很多先进的管理经验。哪有多少时间？没多少时间了。我们炒那个要那个。
Why does he look like a Chinese Elon Musk?
现在是50年，自己50年那个。就是50年以前，你不是受他们50年以前什么都好啊。是啊，那个先进的影响，那个代代往传下来，越传越文明越发达了。
How are you allowing this man to talk to you like this?
你看这么先进的铁路，我1930几年就电气化铁路，这中国啥时候才有电气化铁路的？你看矿区那个铁路，电气化的双轨铁路，因为架的多好。你看现在顶上那个什么，哎呀，千疮百孔啊，破烂不堪了。把原有留下的东西根本都没有更加的爱护保护去利用它，反而都遭到了毁灭性的重创，成了这样子的。
So basically, he's telling this man how backwards his people are, and he's sitting there taking it.
他是，就是中国说的那句话：“今人有酒今人醉，明人没酒喝凉水。”就这样。
That's crazy.
在这个消费观念上头，中国人和刚果人。
And what's crazy is you have some people over there on the continent that will come over here or tell us from over there how much better they are than us. Meanwhile, you have this right here where the minority of Chinese or Asian people are over there talking to them and invading their nations. I mean, talk about the huge irony in that talking point. I'm like, you are not better off than we are. Like, you literally have people like that who are coming over and invading your nations and sitting there telling you to your face, not on social media, but to your face, about how messed up your nation is and how they can improve it. And when they do improve it, they're kicking you out.
Mm-hmm. They gonna learn one day, brother. They gonna learn.
I will give it to that one group though. I don't know if you remember or not, but it was a Chinese man who tried to tell, I think these were some Nigerians or maybe they were Kenyans, I forgot what nation it was, and told them that after a certain time they couldn't come to his store or something like that. And when he closed up shop, those same guys that he told them that they couldn't come to his shop after a certain time, they went back there with Molotov cocktails and burned his business to the ground. Mm-hmm. They said now you can't come here anytime, any day because you have no business run. Now that's the kind of fighting spirit I appreciated when I heard that. And it's crazy because ever since then I haven't really heard any other incident happening like that. Maybe they scared the shit out of them. That was like, hey, this is their sign right here. Don't try it again.
Yeah. All right, we gotta do it again.
My husband says that being a housewife is easy and that he can do it.
That's right. I
had to move the light. I didn't realize that was her foot until I had to move the light out the way. Ew.
Somebody in the comment section said she must really have put her foot in it. This is a new definition.
Like that. Yeah, they did. Proud families.
Yeah.
Y'all saw that, right? I'm not the only one who saw that. Right?
No, you saw it.
Okay. He says I do a terrible job because I have dirty laundry.
Yeah. Let's move on.
That is disgusting.
Can't play that because that has to do with the thing. But here we go. You'll like this.
Continue to bind Dorothy's children together. Lord, every single day is a struggle, but we're keeping together. Brothers and sisters, Thank you, God, for everything that you have done for this family. There's nothing, Lord, that we cannot ask you for that you have not given us. And Lord, we just ask that you will bless this food for the nourishment of our bodies, Lord. That you will continue to keep us all strong in faith, in love, and in family. In the name of Jesus, I pray this prayer over all of you today. That you will finally wake up and see that you are amongst the living. There's no need for sadness, only happiness, Lord. And we thank you for that today. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Oh my God. Thank you, Mama. Thank you,
I think I remember seeing this video a couple years ago.
Yeah, two things. One, ladies, that's a moment between the son and the mama. Stay away from that. Let it get it out. And number two, homeboy, please stay out where there's free air. Do not go back in there. You spent 13 years in the slammer.
That's a long
Should
time.
be an indication on that reaction by your mama to not go back.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because it's something else that I had noticed in the video. Now that I see it now compared to when I saw it then, the way he was looking, like his facial expression was like, I hope she hurries up and finishes this prayer because I'm trying to do this surprise. Right. He's like, this prayer is going on a little too long. That's how they always came up with the joke, like for people who celebrated Thanksgiving, don't let the person who's long-winded do the prayer.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. Yeah, there's that meme.
He said, my new favorite, flooded again.
Flooded again. Let's move down. Oh, yes, we got to play it, family.
Oh, God. Oh. I can't look at this.
Ma'am.
This is so cringe.
Friedman, anytime some African or Caribbean tries to come at y'all, just play this video. Just send it to them. But y'all can't talk to us. Your knees have either dirt or ash on them. Y'all can't talk to us. You don't see us doing this. Y'all never saw us do this to Obama.
That would have been cringe. That would have been cringe if they did it with him.
Mm-hmm. None of us ever did this with Biden or Clinton or Bush, either one. Are y'all serious?
Wasn't this over in the UK? What was this at?
That's when Biden went over there to go visit.
Yeah, this was now King Charles, because Spidey was asking where was this at? Yeah, that's King Charles that she got on her ashy little knees and crawled over to.
She probably twerk it in his face too if she could. Put that Mapoka on him.
She probably would.
Yeah.
She would have been like them. She would have been like the ladies in Coming to America. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
I was about to say she probably would have did a lot more than kiss his ass.
Oh yeah.
That was that's shameful. That is shameful. That in the crawl too. I mean, she literally she made I can't really describe it. I'm stuttering right now because I can't describe it. I'm at a loss of words of how sad and pathetic that was.
Very pathetic. All right, let's see what this woman's gonna say.
Listen, I will forever be against baby mama culture as a young Black American woman, because that disease is something that affects my community the most. And for those of you who like to come into my comments and believe that marriage does not matter, I swear to God, I really want y'all to just run into a brick wall super fast and just pass out. Y'all make me sick. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You cannot sit here and tell me that marriage doesn't matter or marriage doesn't have an effect when 75% of Black children are raised in single parent households. Oh, I'm sorry, fatherless homes. Let's just call it what it is. And 1 out of 4 Black women are only to get married. That is a big problem because what affects you the most, more than race, more than economic class, more than education, is whether or not there is a father present in the household. I don't know why that is so hard for y'all to comprehend, but it matters. And as a woman with no children, the best gift that I can give my kids is a father who actually wanted them, is a father who was legally committed to their mother, in the household, present, raising our children together under one roof. There is nothing cute about giving a man a child who didn't think that you were good enough to give a ring to. And for those of you who still like to believe that marriage is just a piece of paper, marriage doesn't matter, I'm going to end that conversation today. Do you all remember the movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman? And when Charles got shot and he was god awful to his wife, Helen, but he was with the mistress. And when he got shot, the mistress wanted to cut off Charles' life support, but Helen wanted to save him. And she had the right to do that because she was legally his wife. So that just goes to show when real life issues occur, nobody is looking for anybody but the wife. His wife is the only person who can make those type of calls. Not the baby mama, not the longtime girlfriend, not the mistress, his wife. The person that he got down on one knee to, the person that he went to the altar in front of God and the community and vowed his life to, is the person who was only allowed to handle.
Okay.
Well, I will say, she is correct as far as that goes legally. Working in I've worked pretty much a lot of different jobs. Legally speaking, when it comes to anything as far as like medical wise or health wise or anything like that, that goes to somebody who is legally obligated to you. You could be dating somebody for 30 years or whatnot. They'd be all like, well, if you guys are not legally documented on paper as you guys are married, you have no claim. And unfortunately that happens a lot with people in their wills, and they're passing down their assets and stuff like that and building generational wealth, which is one of the things that I talk about often on my channel. If you are going to have children, because some people ain't, some people just kind of just doing their thing solo. Most people are not like that. Most people do not. That actually, and I'm going to talk about this later on in the video I'm going to do soon, but most human beings, just psychologically and scientifically, most human beings desire to be with somebody, just based off of a scientific data, based off of scientific data. So if you're going to do it, it's best to do it the proper way instead of doing it the way that we've unfortunately been doing it for the last few generations. That's been messing up our community.
Yeah. All right. Torian, you got anything to say?
I have nothing to say.
Say less. All right. We almost done, folks. We almost done. Here we go. Because you know white people like to save.
What is that?
I think he's a bit shell-shocked when he heard.
They did not get pruned for about 5 years.
That's a lamb. That's a lamb.
That's sheep. Yep. We
see. If I didn't see that mouth, I would have thought it was like something else. That is. I have no words.
Yeah.
That is very unsatisfying to look at.
Yeah. You know, this is what white people do. White people save animals all day. So yeah. So they shaving them, getting all that off of him. They said it was like weighing him down and stuff. and that's the transformation.
I hope they watched it.
I hope so too. Well, I'm sure they did. And yeah, there's that. All right, whatever. Who remembers those TikTok nurses that got fired for this stupid video?
Ick is when you ask me how much the baby weighs, and it's still in your hands. Dad comes outside and asks for a paternity test right outside the room door.
Saying you don't want any pain
What's the problem
medicine,
with
no epidural, but you are at an 8 out of 10 pain just to Cervidil, and you're still closed, fingertip.
When we've already told you to push the call light, but every 5 minutes, your
Excuse
family
me.
member coming
Excuse
at the
me.
front
Excuse me, can I
desk
have some water?
asking for something else.
Excuse me, can I have a blanket?
Another ick when you're going room to room between one baby mama and your other baby mama.
Oh no.
Ick.
Say that.
It's the unlimited trips to the nurses station for me. My
Well, I think
You
we can
all
see
got
why they got
fired.
fired.
It's gonna be a cold Christmas where they at.
Now,
I think this
here's
was
the
down
thing.
here too.
Here's the thing with that. And we saw that with that damn therapist that went on her TikTok. On TikTok, I don't know what it is with these people on TikTok. They want to get on TikTok and they want to ruin their careers. She got on TikTok calling black men a bunch of bitches and saying that we got to get emotional therapy or emotional something like that. And she was all like, "Oh, black man, I'm trying to save you hoes," and all that stuff, and lost her job. I don't know what it is with people in professional positions who just want to ruin their careers for a TikTok video, for a video on TikTok. When you are in certain fields, you have to stay professional at all times. There's a, like, if she made that and she worked at like Burger King, not judging, but if she worked at Burger King, you can get another job. Even if you made, if you said something about Burger, oh man, I would never eat this food, the food nasty. You got fired from Burger King, you can work someplace else. You don't want to get fired as a nurse because that goes on your record. That's a very different game. When you're in a different field as far as working, you're in a different ball game. That means on the clock and off the clock, you have to be conduct yourself differently.
Yeah, you're a representative
working at some fast food joint. And so y'all know I'm not trying to like belittle anybody who works at a fast food joint. I'm just trying to give a comparison.
Right. And also they put the reason why you got fired. So you wrote X. You basically told patients problems and their history on film. You're not supposed to do that.
Yes.
You're like straddling the fence of a HIPAA violation. Yeah. Well, they got fired. Whatever. Have fun.
Everything is not meant for social media consumption. And then on top of that, you went to years of nursing school. Some of y'all are still paying off those loans. Good luck now.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they could go private. But anyway, scroll.
And you're right. They are straddling the fence on HIPAA. HIPAA is people don't understand. You get locked up for breaking HIPAA laws. That's not just a fire. You can get thrown in jail. You can lose your license and get thrown in jail for violating HIPAA. Now, they didn't name anybody specifically, but they name situations that are so specific, it doesn't apply to everybody. Like, yeah, you leaving the nurse's station and you going from one baby mama's room to the next baby mama's room. That don't happen that often. That's a very specific situation. So you're bringing up a very specific situation, and let's hope it's not a small hospital where it's not a lot.
I think this was
people
down here. I think it was down here. I think this was at Emory.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know where
that's
it
a
was.
big. Yeah, that's a big system. So,
yeah, but when you call something a ick, that implies that you're judging that thing. When you're in a professional position such as a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, you're supposed to at least have the professionalism to not get on camera and say you judge your patients or you judge your residents. You're not supposed to do that. And you're going to make the hospital look bad. So, of course, you're going to get fired.
Yes,
Because
sir.
to be honest, the situation she named, if she and I got a lot of people in my family who work in the medical field, so I know. So if you name the situation like, oh yeah, I don't like it when they're hitting their call light all the time. That's very vague. That's a vague enough situation to where, oh, okay, well, just don't do that. That's unprofessional. But if you're bringing up like the situation with the baby mama, oh, you leaving a room and then you ask for a paternity test and you going in one baby, you're bringing up situations that are very specific. If somebody heard about that, if somebody was like, hey, that's me, they talking about me, that could be
that was
a
the nurse I
lawsuit.
had.
That could be, yeah, that's the nurse I had. They're talking about my situation. That's a potential lawsuit that the hospital has to deal with now. Because you wanted to get on camera and you want to make a video for TikTok. If you would have said something vague, it could apply to everybody, so it's not it's less room for a lawsuit. But what you said was so specific, all you had to do was give names. That's a potential lawsuit.
Yep. Speaking of potential lawsuits, I know y'all see the tweet that I have on the screen from old Bucci Bear himself. Says FBA act like they didn't willingly relinquish reparations in exchange for eating a damn sandwich sitting next to white folk. Books escape niggas. I might have to make a shirt out of that. Books escape niggas.
And he wonders why he had a whole cartoon dedicated to him that was more of an insult than, say, a compliment.
Did you happen to see the video of him arguing with a Spanish woman?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you got to look at that video.
My thing is this.
Go ahead, Afro.
And this is one of the things about 2022. I don't know why I got 2020 stuck in my mind. I have 2020 stuck in my mind. I got to keep correcting myself. But this is one of the things where we talked about Pan-Africanism. We've had more than enough Twitter spaces about Pan-Africanism, more than enough videos, but Pan-Africanism has been a very big subject this year. Now, the thing is that besides FBA, what are Pan-Africanists fighting against? What are you all fighting against? Besides FBA and besides our reparations, what are you all fighting against?
Who wants to answer that question for We Built This?
Is this person non-FBA? I am under the impression that he is, because based off of what I've been told, I was told that person is non-FBA. Yes. I don't know where they're from, so please don't ask me, but I was told that person's non-FBA. But even still, there's some FBA who are Pan-Africanists. My thing is this: the smoke that you guys are having for us, you guys call yourself Pan-Africanist. That is, first off, there's no Pan-Africanism, because if you understand the word, and I had a debate, the word pan, it means something in the dictionary. And you guys should go look it up before they change everything in the dictionary, just like they did with the word woman. You guys need to
Cambridge
look that up.
Dictionary.
Yeah. Pan, P-A-N. It doesn't just mean the thing you cook with. P-A-N means like a universal agreement or transaction or understanding. The thing is that it is not Pan-Africanism, because it's not a universal agreement and understanding. It's a, you guys scratch our back and then you guys say thank you to us. That's what it is. It's FBA pulling the weight for everybody else for the most part. And the second we don't want to do that anymore, the second we're on the same page, everybody in the diaspora is on, then it's a problem. Now, my thing is this: I wouldn't even have this big of an issue if Pan-Africanists had the smoke for everybody like this. If Pan-Africanists, if y'all just want to go crazy on everybody, then I would say at least, as long as that is, at least that's fair. I will give credit to fairness. I'm not going to give credit to this, because Y'all don't take this anywhere else outside of America. No other coons, no other ethnic group of people, they don't get no smoke at all for all of the off-code behavior that they do, for coming over here, for disrespecting. They get completely ignored. And I've been saying this all year during Twitter spaces. Pan-Africanists, y'all turn the biggest blind eye to all of these other folks doing all this other coon, tether, sambo behavior, but y'all hyper fixated on foundational Black Americans. That is not even Pan-Africanism by the definition of what Pan-Africanism is supposed to be. What Pan-Africanism is supposed to be by definition never really existed. What Pan-Africanism is this worship of Africa and everybody worshiping the quote motherland. And we all got to be connected through the continent of Africa. That is what Pan-Africanism is under the definition. It doesn't really even fit the definition. So this is the issue that I have with these quote unquote Pan-Africanists. I know I went on a little rant, but yeah, there you go.
Understandable. Definitely understandable.
Yes, very understandable. And y'all got some education from Afro Elite. So let's continue. We're almost done, folks. We're almost done. I know it's been a long stream and y'all want to get ready for Jason. Okay, here we go. Y'all will like this one.
Pay attention to very, very carefully. That just rubs my skin the wrong
Speak up.
way, okay. Okay, so I'm at my patient house, and mind you, I've been to a lot of,
Speak up.
white, people's houses to take care of them, right?
Now she's a home health aide, and she's about to tell her patient's business. Again, another HIPAA violation. But okay.
And every time I check their mail, and they open their bills, like their utility bill payments or house payments or whatever, it's always very, very cheap. Like their power bill would be like $30 to $200, and all the rest of their utilities would be even cheaper and stuff. But this what gets me. They stay in these big mansion houses. They always have their lights on. Their power bill is cheap. Like every utility bill is cheap. And I'm like, I stay in a little ass 2-bedroom apartment and my utilities are like almost up to $500 every month, literally. I'm like, it's like I don't want to pull the race card, but
Okay, enough. You don't want to pull a race card, but you said I don't want to talk about white people. Okay, they're old. They get discounts. Did you not know this? Again, books escape niggas. They're
Like
old.
She literally went and started telling this person's finances.
Exactly.
On a public site, on a global site.
Their kids could see this and report her.
Because she got her face all in the camera. So it's like, we know who you are, and we know that we hired you to work for us and that we're paying you. Not anymore. If I was them, not anymore. She would be getting fired and having charges put up on, because you are putting out private information. Like, no one should be knowing how much this lady's bills are per month, because you have an issue of why she has to pay less and why you have to pay more. You have to pay more because you're more able-bodied. This woman is clearly has ailments in which someone, which is you, have to come in and help her throughout the day while her family works or maybe aren't in a position to do it. That's why they hired you. They didn't hire you to come on and be envious because you have to pay $500 a month in utilities and she only has to pay $30.
Here's my question. Why are you paying $500 in utilities? What are you doing?
Yeah, you stay in a 1-bedroom apartment and you paying $500 just
no. She got she said 2-bedroom, but still, how are you paying $500?
Okay. Is she unless you staying with somebody? But even still,
no, she would have said that.
If you staying by yourself, and you working, there's no need to be paying that much. But the thing is that in most of the situations, as far as getting the bills paid, most of the time that's the family handling that. Most of the family handles the bills. So how do you even know this woman's bills unless you're like looking at her mails, looking at her like mail and looking through her paperwork? Now that might be something that you do, because some caregivers, they do organize that stuff with the money and whatnot. It might be. But the thing is that that's none of your business. How much she's paying, how little she's paying. That is none of your business. More than likely, she is staying at a fixed place. She's probably at some assisted living facility or something like that, or like a townhome that she's able to live in because of her old age. And she might be on some type of disability or senior citizen discount.
Or the house is paid off already.
Yeah, or something to that
Right.
effect.
Right. The house was probably what, 100,000 when they bought it. Now it's in the millions now. But again, why are you pocket watching her or him?
And even if you still felt some type of way about it, if you felt some type of way about it, for you to not do any research on why that is, and for the your first reaction is to make a TikTok video. Like that's the thing. If you felt like, oh man, this is crazy, Google it. Google it and find out. Even though it's none of your business really, but Google it. Don't make a TikTok video.
The chat said that she lives in a mansion. Or she says she lives in a mansion.
Yeah, but still, if she's old, she gets discounts on everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
AARP gives discounts. If she has AAA, they give discounts on your utilities. There's ways to get around it. I'm sure her car insurance is probably like $40 a month.
Yeah. And if she lives in a mansion, she probably uses, like, I don't know, if she uses solar panels or something like that, that might save her some money, or if she has a well or something like that, that might save. You don't really know why her stuff is that low.
Right. And old folk don't really keep lights on like that unless they're consistently going the same places, like bedrooms and living rooms and the kitchen. But again, stop pocket watching people. Jesus. All right. Let's talk about hairlines.
Baby, give me that mean mouth. Hit that pussy like golf.
About that. Why would you let your barber do this?
Oh my God.
Why did you?
What in the world? Like, they messed his hairline up. They pushed his hairline back.
Somebody said,
oh my God.
They said, why he get up and whoop his ass?
He would have got cut with them clippers. Like, you literally just pushed this man's hairline back.
He said, I wanted that Stephen A. Smith. He said, I got you, fam.
I hope this is for a movie role.
I hope so.
And not intentionally.
Yeah, I hope this is bigger than
he must have asked for this because he had to have asked for this because he did not get up and like knock this guy dead in his jaw. You would have to feel that the razor on your hairline going beyond it. You would have to feel that.
I mean, his lines are sharp, but still,
his lines are sharp. Don't get me wrong. He got some sharp lines. If only he didn't push his thing back down there to the middle of his head.
It looked like almost like a hat. He did that man dirty. Nah, he should got beat up. He should have got beat up.
I hope that was just more for
I'm not playing that. Okay, that's the end of Twitter. I cannot play. I know y'all don't want to see no turtle getting cooked. That's the end of Twitter things. That's the end of Twitter things. All right, folks, we're gonna end the show now. I appreciate everyone coming down for us almost 4-hour live stream. I didn't think it was gonna go this long, but I appreciate this. And like I said, this has been a great 2022. Fellas, if you want any parting words, go ahead.
This was definitely a great stream. Shout out to you, Kid Gravity, for hosting this this stream. You know, what a way to end off, you know, the year. I'm glad that everyone's pretty much having their own, you know, end of the year streams and whatnot. Shameless plug, mine will be on the 30th.
Yes, sir.
Mine
we
will be
there.
Yeah, mine will definitely be on the 30th, like the, you know, the end of the year stream, freestyle Friday, what have you. And that's going to be a lot of fun as usual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that everybody's having this too, because there's been so much that has happened this year alone, and it's like, don't know where to start. I'm gonna make my 2022 wrap up, and it's gonna be on the 29th. So everybody's making their thing, and it's gonna be great, and I love it. Kid Gravity, thank you for thinking of this idea, and thank you for inviting me
Yes, sir.
to share with this, because this has been a very empowering year. Like, we
Yes,
didn't
sir.
know each other last year, but we do now. So that goes to show the progression that 2022 had. And I think this is a good way to end things off.
Cool. I do have one question for y'all before we go. Now, I'm not above criticism. I'm not above criticism. And considering the three of us that are on here, and Beatzilla's obviously gone, but if y'all had to give me advice for my channel to improve it, what would it be?
Be consistent.
Okay. I know, like I said, I've been falling off the last couple months. Like,
come up with a schedule.
Yeah.
Come with like a schedule of what of how you want to upload your content. That way your followers and subscribers can get used to a routine, because people love a routine. So that's why I always like tell like my people that I upload 3 videos a day, 10 to 6 p.m. unless I specify otherwise, that I might not be uploading the video that day. And oftentimes if I don't upload that day, I'll give a reason as to why. But other than that, I would say just like definitely have a routine upload schedule. Like if you're going to upload 1 video a day, say it's going to be at this time, sort of like, you know, when it, like with Professor Black, when he does his moment of truth, we know that we're going to get that moment of truth Monday through Friday, well, with the Friday crime report at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. He doesn't upload anything on Saturday, and then we're going to get the Sunday address at like 10 p.m. Because so it's routine that we know it's going to happen. Same thing with Tariq. We know he's going to go live every Sunday at like 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. TBA, you know, well, his is usually Monday, Wednesday, something like that, but it's usually always at 8 o'clock. So I would say get into a thing where it's a routine. So people know when they're going to get something from you. When I first started it, I was just uploading just at random times because I was just getting started. I didn't have a routine because I didn't have a following. But now that I do, I feel like I have to do it. Then when people get people into the groove of things of how your routine is, then they'll know, okay, he's about to come with a video at this time, and he's coming with a video at that time and whatnot. Another thing that helped me too is that I have a Discord. So that actually helped as well. That way I can have people that's within there, because sometimes the notifications don't be working on YouTube like they claim they do. So I have it set up where I have this bot that literally will post the link the minute that the premiere gets started. So that literally saves, you know, me from having to try to remember to post the link in there when the video is about to start uploading. So that's probably the best advice that I have right now.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
That was some good advice. I will say also check your analytics to see what times are the best times to upload, because your audience, even though we a lot of us have the same audience. I see a lot of people who are in this chat room now. They're in my chat room, they're in Torian's chat room. So we have the same audience, but based off of your channel specifically. Like for instance, me, I go live Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. Okay. And then throughout the week, if I have other videos, I'll put those out at 6 o'clock. Okay. But I'm strict on my lives. I'm not as strict on the other videos. But I look and I see most of the people, they expect me to go live, even if I'm going to be late, around that 7 and 8 o'clock hour. So when I go to my analytics, they say most of your viewers are online around this time, because that's when they expect me to go live. So you should check and see, like, do most of my people am I the 5 o'clock dude? Am I the 12 o'clock guy? Am I the 8 p.m.? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta check your analytics to see what is the best time that most of your people will be there, because most people enjoy seeing it live or seeing it premiere. Most people enjoy that and they prefer it over watching the playback. So you want to catch most of the people while they're online. So find out the best times to upload your content.
Yeah. I mean, they like to lie when you do the uploads. You know, they tell you like your best time is like 9 to 11 a.m. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I tried that too, and it's like that doesn't always work, because like with mine, it's like when I would look at it, like Afro, you have it where you can see it, like, and it has that purple bar that goes across. Like, so I would, look at it, and it would say that my best times was like 12 noon or sometime like in that range right there. But I still keep it with the 10, 2, and 6. And I was fluctuating, going back and forth with how I wanted to upload my videos. I remember in May, I had tried to do the 1 video a day thing. That was not working at all. Especially with as many videos as I record, I will be so backed up. Then I tried to do the 2 video a day. That didn't work. And then I said, you know what, let me go back to how I had it before. And that was my 3 videos a day of 10, 2, and 6. And that's like the perfect time frame. Then on Saturday and Sundays, I had it set where I was only doing 1 video a day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on both days. But then I said, I'm still finding myself getting backed up. So now it's just a thing of going full throttle of 3 videos every single day, with the live stream being at 6 p.m. on Fridays. So that would be considered the 3rd video. It's not the easiest thing, trust and believe, because especially like when you look at the videos and like, oh shoot, I'm running out of content, I got to find something to talk about. It gets to that point, but it's amazing. Like though, like when I find like I'm starting to get low, all these other things start to pop up. So it kind of, works in my favor. News is never ending. It's always going to be a cycle of news, even if it's a slow news day. It's always going to be something going on in the world. That's why I love doing news-based content, because I'll never run out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
And especially since I have like a good following, so people will send me stuff. I might not be able to get to every last topic because, again, I'm only one person. So it's kind of hard to get to every single thing. That's why whenever I do speak on certain things, I try to like put everything that I can into that particular topic. And then there's some things that I'll talk about that my audience didn't send me. There's something I just felt compelled to do. Another thing that also helped my channel too was when I'm doing like a series of videos, like on my original channel, when I did that White History Month back in 2017 on my original channel, I got so much growth just from doing those videos for a whole month straight. When I was doing the Sundown series videos for over 2 years, that brought a lot of growth to my channel, because that was just a series of videos that was not news based, but it was informative, and it brought awareness to something that people either knew little of or didn't know much of at all.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing that. Start of the new year. Since now I have Sundays, Mondays off, I guess that's when I'll probably do the videos and just set them to different times during the week. All right, cool. But yes, folks, that is the end of the show. We have fun. I'm going to go cook dinner now.
I'm about to go make this sauce for my seafood.
Yeah, I know. Just make sure them crabs are dead.
Oh, trust and believe, they ain't
Or
been
they might
moving
jump out
for
that
a while. they are dead.
But hey, brother Afro, I got to give you a present.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish Beatzilla was here for this, but yeah. This was my favorite clip of 2022.
They want to be everywhere.
Why is y'all hot dog so long? Pause. Now, have you ever heard of Skips?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was back when I didn't have my light on. You saw how dark my screen was?
Yeah. I was supposed to put it in the intro, but yeah, the intro kind of I forgot.
That video was so long. It felt like that's like an old. It felt like we're like college friends, and that's like an old college video. Like, hey, remember this? Like years ago. Wow, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man.
But like I said, family, I thank you all for coming through. Thank you, two brothers and Beatzilla, for chopping it up. Here's to 2023 and more progression. More progression. Afro and I are going to try to get to 5 figures. Torian's going to try to go for the big 6 so he could get that plaque and put it on his wall, which he's probably not going to do because that's like a white thing. It's like a white YouTube thing. But yeah, that's what we do. But you know, salute to y'all. Stay warm out there. And before we go, we're gonna play the intro one more time, and then we gonna go. So all y'all out there, enjoy y'all holiday. Be fun, stay fun with whoever. Don't do nothing that I wouldn't do. And please don't put it on social media. Please don't do that. Because if you put it on social media, it's there forever. And once it's there forever, you're going to get clowned. Just saying.
Exactly.
You're going to get clowned. So, yes. And please look after the babies. Please look after the babies. Because it's going to be full frontal assault on the babies next year. But yes. Everyone take care. Stay safe out there. Peace.
Bye.